Are we live? Are we live now?
Yeah, I think we're live.
Okay, let me play some music. Welcome to Apathetic Enthusiasm presents a interdimensional RSS, the unofficial Rick and Morty podcast presents Dungeons and Dragons, brought to you by Submitted for Your Approval, a Twilight Zone podcast production of Dungeons and Dragons Noobs, hosted by Brandon Cruz.
You're
With
listening. Do you have that drop? Do you have that drop available?
No, that's my roadcaster. I have to switch
Okay.
for this stuff.
All right.
Anyway, hey, you guys know me. I'm Brandon. We are here, session number 7 of our campaign for the Desert of Orayu. With me, I have our 3 player characters, the infamous Travis Menard, who's playing Montana Monte James.
That's right.
Something like that.
We also have Zanari Toucan Sam, played by the one and only, what's your name? Kevin Reese. Good to have you, Kevin. you thought.
You haven't known me long. Don't worry.
And then finally, we have the guy who always looks great on every stream that we have him on. The one and only John Koffelt, playing Caliban.
Hello.
Hi, John.
And hello, John's cat. Thank you for making a guest appearance,
Yeah.
but just the backside of him.
What a show off.
John's cat playing Monty's familiar.
Jeez, it's been so long I forgot my familiar's name.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna go look at my character sheet.
That was a
I
cute
didn't know he had a name.
Oh, he does.
Lizzie.
I forgot you even had
Lizzie
it.
Borden.
No, Lazarus, my lizard.
Oh,
familiar.
Lazarus, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Lazarus.
Could have gone with Lazarus the whole time, but no, Lazarus. Huh?
Damn it. All right, well, you know what that sound is? That sound is time for intermission? No, it's time for introduction and recap. So for those of you not following, which is basically all 4 of us, you guys got to the town called Clargo. This is after you came from a town called Junder's Crossing. Junder's Crossing, you found some gems, some stuff happened. There was a mayor in there who his secretary was murdered by some jackal type creatures. You went over to Clargo. You immediately met a dwarf named Gra, and he took you to a mine or a ruins. Dag, the owner of the a worker for the Peppermin Mine and Co. Pepperton Mine and Co. Hired you to go down there and find a messenger that or a scout that they sent into the ruins. You went into the ruins. You found the scout. He was crushed by rocks. C'est la vie. Such is life. The infamous rock drops. You explored the ruins. You saw some symbols. Eventually, you killed some spiders. You saw some puzzles. You killed a gigantic spider who turned into a body of a dead man. And then there's a tattoo on the guy. Blah 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 blah. From there, we went into session 6. You went to the mayor of Clargo's house, which was Mayor Ponder, and there you met the mayor and the co-owner of the Pepperton Mine and Co., which was Smitty Pepperton. He told you about another ruins over in the neighboring town of Sandalville, which is on the west side of Junder's Crossing. And he basically hired you, and you agreed to a modest per diem to travel and to take care of this business in the ruins part 2. From once he decided that, to Dag, the loyal servant, was going to drop papers and drop you off over at Zilda's General Store, which is kind of where we come. You go over to the general store. Let me see. Well, by the way, a few extra details. In the mayor's house, not only did you just decide that yes, you were going to explore these ruins, but Caliban, you searched through the house and you found a few items, confirmed some items that Monte had found upstairs, as a matter of fact. he's looking for Monte was looking for some items of intrigue, but only found a sword with a weird looking handle. Zanari, meanwhile, for basically a couple hours, stared at a painting, did nothing with it, but he recognized it vaguely as one similar to a painting that his mentor had painted at some point. Um, you guys left the mayor's house, and this is kind of where it goes off the beaten path. You stopped over at the local general store Zielda's, where you may have or may have not picked up some items using the sheet that I sent you guys a few days ago. Um, or you did or you didn't. I don't know. It's up to you. You just tell me if you did. Um, while you're there, Dag meets up with you, and uh, that is where our story picks up.
Uh,
This is
so
Theater One.
I at Zilda's, I did pick up some items, but then
Okay.
I just looked at them and I put them back down. I didn't actually buy anything.
Okay. All right.
And it took a long time for me to kind of go through and look at all the items, and my
Uh,
friends were
I
getting
asked
annoyed.
I asked Zilda about the intricate details between a lamp, a lantern that was a bullseye lantern, and a hooded lantern.
Do you remember what the answer was?
I don't.
Well, okay.
If only there was someone here who could tell us.
Yeah. What is so did you remember asking her that?
Yeah, I don't think I was paying attention to her answer
Okay.
though.
This is what you recall hearing.
Oh.
And you trailed off because you failed the
Enunciate,
constitution.
Zielda.
You failed the constitution because you were already kind of sleepy because it was in the evening time.
Okay.
And I got nothing from her store. I went in and appreciated the aesthetics. I thought that she kept a clean shop, but I had nothing that I needed to purchase.
Fantastic, gentlemen. Oh god, that's not what I wanted to do. I know it sounds ominous, but that's just because it's ambient music. Right about this, as you guys are finishing up, Caliban is picking things up, putting things down as he is wont to do. Dag, you see Dag walk in. Gentlemen, I'm going to take you since it is getting rather late. Oh man, my accent's weird. Gonna take you to Bomberman Jack's for the evening, and then get you on your way. Here, I brought you documents for when you get to Sandalville. Make sure you take those to Lucien, who's over there at this Pepperton office. And he hands each of you a signed document with a Pepperton letterhead with Dag's signature at the bottom, saying you're there for the ruins.
Okay.
All right. So Dag takes you then to Bomberman Jack's. He goes to the concierge. He valets your car, and he gets you a room for the night. And you guys can do whatever it is that you want to do that evening. Some wine, some dance, maybe read a good book, do some painting. But you each fall asleep eventually, sleeping uneasily, but rested well enough the next morning.
Man, this bed wasn't as comfortable as it was the last time we stayed here. Anyway, best see what the others are up to. And I gather my things and head down to the common area downstairs.
Hey, DM.
Yeah.
Before I went to bed the previous night, could I see if I could copy the letterhead from those letters into my journal, like an accurate copy of it?
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. What would that be? to roll a
Performance?
performance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no. Yeah. That's fine.
13.
Yeah. You do a passable job of it. It's not perfect, but it's recognizable as the seal.
Okay. That's it.
Okay. I need to keep a character sheet on me at all times, so makes it easier to roll shit. Okay. Do. All right. So Travis, you're in a common area. Zanari, what are you doing? Are you?
I wake up and go down to the common area and have myself a morning drink.
Ah. Uh. Good morning, Zanari. I ordered us some fresh squeezed juice. They haven't brought anything out yet. I hope that's all right.
No, that is fine. Salutations.
Yeah. How are you doing this morning?
I am ready for a bit of the hair of the dog, if you catch my good drift.
Yes. Yes, dog hair. Delicious. So, uh, what what do you think about this Sandalville area that we're headed to? I'm curious if we're gonna find a ruin similar to what we've explored here in town.
Uh, I am unsure. I have never been there, but yes, I suspect it may be similar to this place.
I'm wondering if there's a connection between these stones that we're carrying and these different mines or ruins. I'm very eager to see if there's any distinctive information that could tie the stones we have uh, to these different ruins.
I do suspect that there are 3 different ruins, each matching the color of our stones.
And we only know about 2 of them. This is interesting indeed.
Perhaps we'll find clues in the next ruins.
Yeah, whenever Caliban decides to wake up.
Well,
Uh,
you know how those roguish types are.
I start walking down the stairs. As I'm walking down the stairs, I have my pack already kind of slung over one shoulder, already ready to go. Got my tools and whatever in there. I don't know what else I have in my pack. Let's see, what do I actually even have on me? Oh, I've got my rapier. No, I guess I wouldn't have that in there. I have that on there. I've got my hempen rope, my tinderbox, my water skin, my python, um, my rations.
Your rations. Yes.
Yeah, and I've got my 2 unbreakable arrows
So
in
many
there.
rations.
Who what's the name of the person that runs Bomberman's?
Oh,
Jack.
well.
Was it Jack?
I don't think
That's,
it
that's
was.
his last name. His first
know-
name is Bomberman.
I know there's a
Yeah.
guy named Man that works at Bomberman Jack's.
Oh shit! Yeah, that was a one-off joke, and I forget what it was.
I told you I'd write it down.
I think it was bomber or
Okay.
bomb or bomb.
Well, before we leave, I take out my flask and ask the person behind the bar to top it off with some whiskey.
Hey, you want some more whiskey, huh? All right, I'll get you some whiskey, brother.
Yeah, just a little for the road if it's not too much trouble.
Sure, no problem. I'll get
Uh.
you some whiskey for the road. You shouldn't be walking and drinking.
Oh, it's not for me. It's for the road. And
you got me there, you chipper dunk.
It's on me, by the way.
I nudged Caliban and I just like low enough so the bartender can't hear. I just tell Caliban like I forgot that this guy sounds so much like a old prospector.
Yes.
Chipper dunk.
These places in this desert are quite weird.
Indeed,
People
they
are
are.
all very unique. You never know what you're going to get.
Well, what's the charge on the whiskey there, friend?
Whiskey, you, 2 copper.
All right, and
You
I
dicky donkey donk.
I pass a silver across the bar and I say, this is for the whiskey, the breakfast, and everything else you guys have done to help us out while we're been here in town.
Yeah, that's no problem. Thank you. This is we appreciate your business. I don't know what the fuck is that.
While Bomberman Jack is going to get the whiskey, I pull out 2 copper and I toss them over to Monty. I guess I owe you for this, since I'm the one that poured your whiskey out. But you have to
Well,
admit it was amusing.
I mean, in retrospect, the fact that you were using it for an experiment to test something out, I can appreciate a man of science. So yeah, I appreciate you paying me back for the whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but,
Your alcohol searching trinket must be going crazy in this establishment.
But I do feel bad about ruining that one guard's life. But that was also pretty amusing at the time, but probably not worth it.
I mean, if you ever run into him, you can give him 2 copper as well. I'm sure that should cover it.
I don't know if that would be quite enough, but hopefully he's long gone in a ditch somewhere. Anyways,
Story hook.
I put the flask back in my pack and throw it over my shoulder and sort of, well, gents, are we ready to hit the road?
I think
Indeed.
so. I guess we will first head over to Jundo's Crossing, is that right? And then from there,
Yeah,
on to Sandalsville.
Were we supposed to wait for Dag? Was he
Hey,
meeting us? Oh,
You-
there is.
You see the door kind of crash open and it seems like Dag is kind of stumbles in, possibly pushed or shoved or you're not really sure. Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready to make your journey? I just want to wish you fair travels, fair winds and traveling seas, or whatever they say in the boating.
Is that a
Call
common
me.
desert term, Dag? I haven't heard that out in this region.
It is
Traveling seas, huh?
fair winds and traveling desert seas.
The seas are moving around.
You know they say it about the wind. You don't have to make a joke at my expense. I have too many jokes at my expense as it is.
Well, Dag, I think we're about ready to get out of here and head towards Sandalville. I think a stop in Junder's Crossing is first on the agenda.
Well, that's I mean that's recommended. It'll probably take you 2.5 days or so to get to Junder's. You're gonna probably want to take a rest there anyway.
Well, that sounds good to me.
So, well, friends, if there's nothing else, then I will hear about your travels shortly, or in a week or 3, whatever, however long it takes you. 10 sessions. I don't know. We call
what is
months
a session?
sessions. We call
Oh.
month sessions. That's how long a session takes. Is a month. A month
That makes a
between
lot of sense.
month between sessions.
Feels like it's been a month.
I don't know why you wouldn't just call them months then.
Yeah, well, it's a regional dialect.
Indeed.
All right.
Well, good luck to you too, Dag.
Thank you. I've got to be at the office. Bye.
All right.
He waves.
Farewell, Dag.
He waves and kind of stumbles back out the door. You notice that he has a problem with doors for some reason. All of a sudden.
Well, if you guys are ready, let's head out to Junder's Crossing.
Yes, let's make the most of the day.
I leave Bomberman's.
Still getting your whiskey.
No, I have it back. It's
Yeah.
my,
Okay.
it's my bag.
He hasn't stopped pouring.
It's a very big flask.
All right, all right, all right. So, you guys leave Bomberman Jack's, and yeah, Kevin just sent me a message that is not pertinent to the session right now. Um, you guys, you guys leave um, the Bomberman Jacks, and you start making your way out of the city. Um, as you as you walked into the city, you remember having crossed a bridge and seeing no broken windows, and nothing's changed in the about the week in some you know, almost a week that you've been out there in Clargo. Um, as you walk out of the city, the the amount of folks that are traveling the road starts to decrease. The traffic not as thick, and you soon find yourself um, walking basically on your own for a bit. How fast do you guys consider yourselves to be traveling? Are you steady pace, quick, kind of meandering?
Just a dead sprint the entire way.
All right,
Yeah, I would
you die
say
of
we're.
exhaustion. 20 minutes
No,
in.
I mean, not we're not like running, but we're really jogging. Just like a nice
Yeah.
Just
walking
a
pace.
steady,
Just a,
pace as we.
just a step below speed walking.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're
Like
walking with purpose. I especially feel excited about where we're
Yeah.
going, so I might
Yeah.
I might be walking a little bit faster than I even
And
intend
at
to.
no point are both heels coming off the ground at the same time. Like both, at least one foot is on the ground at all time. But we're not
We're not
running.
running.
We're not violating the speed walking rules.
but who's keeping track of that?
Yeah.
who's roughing that?
Zunari probably jerk. Little pedant bird.
Zanari, I know you can fly. Is there any point in time during this first day of travel that you do anything but walk? Do you ever?
Yeah, I mean, on occasion, I fly off and just scout around, check the area, make sure you know, there's no threats or anything like that.
All right, cool. Yeah, and uh, even though the road is bare, you don't see anything. You might out in the away from the roads a little bit. You might see some signs of life. Maybe a road runner being chased by a coyote. I couldn't help it. It was once I said roadrunner, it all fell apart. But I mean, you do see some signs of life, but nothing of danger.
And
Um,
is this? It's the same road that we came in on, right?
It is, yeah. So like if you're looking, if you're raw at the homepage, looking at that map, you're just like kind of still walking along that road, that dusty road. I mean, by day one, let me move this to a different layer. Oop, you're about right there after about
All right.
day one. Do you guys? Do you guys talk about anything? Like, what are you talking about on this journey across the desert?
While
Politics, strictly politics.
Zunari takes flight at one point, I'll just kind of sidle up next to Monte. What do you think of our bird friend?
Well, he's an interesting character. He seems to flex the fact that he can fly quite a bit.
Well, I mean, I guess if I could fly, I would do the same, huh?
I mean, if you have the skills, why not use them? Am I right?
Yeah.
And I
Do you
do a
have-
small little like prestidigitation where I like make a coin like disappear in one hand and appear in the other, just like as I'm saying that. It's like, oh, it's not meant to like be impressive, but like it drives the point home that if you have skills, you might as well use them.
Show off. Mm. I'll while he's doing that, I'll make a mage hand and just kind of ruffle his hair.
As this is
My
going
long
on,
flowing locks that I definitely have.
as this is going on, I land back down with them, Hello, gentlemen. I just got done flying around. I did not see anything of importance.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. Good looking out though. Good looking out, Zenari. We appreciate everything that you're
thanks.
doing. So Zenari, I'm curious now. I was thinking a little bit last night about how fascinated you were with that painting in the mayor's house. What? How did you get into art exactly? What sort of drew your eye to that painting in particular?
Well, when I was young, I met a man. His name was Bob Floss, and he was a terrible artist. Honestly, I mean, you saw that painting. He he knew how to capture a stick figure, if you saw. But while he did not have any raw talent himself, he was quite the teacher, and I was initially very intrigued because his stick figures were very similar to my own when I was still a very small child. But I improved while Bob did not. But he was able to teach me many things, and I was able to improve my skills from there. I've
So you're
always,
into art. You like painting and stuff, huh?
indeed, it,
Was
it
was was this the man that taught you how to speak?
no, I learned to speak from reading.
From
Im-
watching
do do
watching the soap operas.
do I speak in an odd manner?
Oh no, I'm actually really impressed with how well you speak. It is unusual for birds. I mean, normally, I've seen parrots before, but it is mostly imitation. But you seem to recognize so many words, and it's almost
Caliban.
like you understand what they mean.
It's are do you understand the term racism? Because that's exactly what you are doing right now.
Oh, and you
I'm
even
not a
understand abstract concepts.
So
uh,
I try to sort of brush this off. So Sonari, how did you go from studying to be a painter to winding up out here living the life of adventure?
well, I wanted to paint different things, so I, started adventuring to find different things to paint.
Hmm. All right.
Oh,
Any
that is-
uh any luck, making a business out of these paintings? You turn a profit off any of your works?
I have sold a few, but I would not call it a lucrative venture.
Um, quick question, DM.
Yeah.
From what I've seen of Zunari's paintings, is he talented? Like, would I see him as talented?
Um, I think the only painting you've seen is the painting that he painted on the way into
Mm-hmm.
Clargo.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Would I say that was a good painting? Like
uh,
both either subjectively or objectively. Like, well, like so there. To be clear, like so there are probably. I mean, there's going to be an objective quality to the paintings, but then there's also a subjective taste. So I'm just trying to figure out if he's objectively what would be considered a good artist, or if
yeah.
he's just, you know, like a
is,
child.
is he
Mainly.
good
Roll,
but not Caliban style,
Yeah, I mean,
or is he
roll,
just not good?
is his art going to be on his parents' refrigerator, but nowhere else, or is it something that would actually hang like in a rich person's house?
do me a favor. Roll a perception and an insight.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay. Perception.
Double roll.
Okay, so that's my perception 19, and then insight 9.
All right. So I'll start with that you objectively compared to what based on your background to be kind of fine art,
Mm-hmm.
that it's not that the floppy boob painting of the mountains that was incomplete is not what what you would consider a work of art compared to what you've seen. However, um, y- subjectively, more on a personal note, you do find it a bit interesting. There's something intriguing about it that maybe the bad quality of that particular painting kind of doesn't give you the full effect of his talent.
Okay. Okay.
Well, it's getting a little late. Should we set up camp for the night?
Is it getting late?
Yeah, what time is it?
It's noon.
So it is probably around high noon. The temperature.
Yes, and me, Brandon.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I am guessing. Well, Kevin ruined it. You it's high noon. The sun is high above you. It's about a brisk 110, and
Jesus.
low humidity.
But it's a dry heat.
Um, the wind is traveling eastwardly, about 5 knots. So just a nice shallow breeze, but it's hot, so it's really just like a blow dryer. I'm doing that for John. I know you'd want to
Yeah.
know. It's partly cloudy. The stratus, the skinny clouds.
Okay, that's some useful information.
You guys keep walking, you keep traveling until the sun eventually sets. You're all sweaty, you're all dirty, and you're all tired, and you decide to set up camp for the evening.
Does everybody have enough water? You gotta stay hydrated while you're out here, guys.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
And I pull out my blue gem. Like, you sure? Anybody need a refill? I'll take that as a no. All right. And then I cast Unseen Servant to start setting up my camp for me.
All right, you do that. You do that. The unseen servant can't see him, but he's serving you.
Hey, Monte, why don't you have him set up all of our tents?
Well, I mean,
And I put my bag with my pythons on the wall. I don't even have a tent, but he could unroll my bedroll, I guess. I don't even have a. Do I have a bedroll?
Yeah.
Anyways,
yeah,
we'll not talk about that.
Yeah. So you guys set up camp. Set up a campfire. I'm sure the unseen servant does, and you get ready for bed.
Well, before we go to bed,
Yep.
While we're all sitting around the campfire eating macaroni and cheese or whatever we made.
Yeah. Whatever.
Hey, while we were at Mayor Ponder's house, I did a little bit of snooping around, as I am skilled at doing, while they were eating, and I did find something that was kind of curious, but I don't know what to make of it. And I was
Did you steal anything? I've heard all rogues are criminals and thieves.
Well, I am not a rogue. I am a human being. Bird. But anyways, I found a note, and I don't know what to make of it. But maybe, I didn't want to bring it up when Dag was around to interfere with our business and snoop around. But now that we are far from town, it doesn't seem any harm to bring it out. And I pull out the note that I pulled from the table.
Okay.
And I show it to them.
All right. Ooh, I'm showing it to them. Did it show it to everybody? Did it pop up to everybody?
Is it in my stuff now?
Is it note to Maggie?
No.
No, it'd be letter from Romad.
Yeah, I'll put it in everybody's journals. All players. All Unix.
Letter from Romad. I can't read that.
You can't read that? No.
Scroll down.
Scroll
the
down.
image.
Just kidding.
Yes. I zoomed in on it several times before I realized that. And luckily, what I'm
Nice
doing
naked
shows up on
lady.
stream. So, Hmm.
The letter reads,
Thank you.
Mayor Ponder, I want to congratulate you on your continued success in the region. Our settlements are doing well because of your continued growth. We're in a great debt of gratitude to you. Let us know if we can ever repay you. Signed, Ramad, Guardian of Whiteclaw.
No laws in White Claw.
Oh God.
Sorry.
Oh.
Interesting. Guardian of White Claw. Are you guys familiar with White Claw at all?
I do not recognize it. It may be nothing, but I didn't want to just dismiss it.
Do you think the mayor's gonna
Have I ever
miss?
heard of White Claw?
Do a history if you want.
Mm, 13.
You've heard of a drink called White Claw before, and you've heard of you've heard of a people named White Claw, but just in passing, you've never really paid any attention to it other than that. You haven't met them in person or in bird person.
Do you recognize the name, Zunari? Is it
No.
another bird clan?
Oh.
White
Is it-
talons or something?
Maybe it's a criminal clan. Do you know?
I would not know. Do
Yeah.
I recognize that name?
You do. You can do a history check as well.
Oh, sweet. 13.
Hey, while we're at it, can I figure out if I know anything about it?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
23.
Yeah. John, you know even less about it. And Travis. So let's go back to John. Yeah, you don't know. You haven't really heard of the White Claw folks.
Mhm.
And Travis, you know even less. You spent a majority of your time in books. Well, I guess you're an adventurer. Doesn't matter. I will say that you have heard. I'm retconning. You know that they exist and that they have moved north.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a tribe of people or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of people?
Yeah.
Or
A collection of people.
okay.
A collection of individuals.
Yes.
Of human beings.
Of humanoids.
Not race. Just people in general.
Okay.
It could be dog.
So
people.
he doesn't know the race.
No, he doesn't know the race.
Okay.
He saw it in one of his sociology books. I think you studied sociology in wizard school.
Yeah, it was in my general education courses at the T-Stone School of Divination.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Well-rounded education.
I am curious if this Romad, what he means by a debt of gratitude. I wonder if these are direct contributions to the White Claw, or if these are just sort of second and third order effects because of the success of Clargo.
Well,
Oh well,
impossible to
not
know at
important.
this
And
point.
I tear up the letter and throw it in the fire.
and both of them are like, "What the hell, man?
The sacred texts.
The sacred Romad texts."
Well, I guess it wasn't important then. Oh well.
Perhaps there will be more information that comes up later.
Did you really throw it into the fire?
No.
Okay.
It was another prestidigitation gimmick, and then I hand the letter back to
Oh, okay. All right.
to Caliban.
Good. I just need to know what's canon and what's not since we took to it. All right.
And then when Monte, if he goes to bed, is Monte going to bed now?
At noon 30.
Well, it's
No,
nighttime,
it's
right?
nighttime.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
nighttime. Okay.
Seems like the best thing for us to do would be to get plenty of rest. I'll head over to my tent. You gentlemen have a good night. Do we need to keep watch? Do you guys feel threatened or?
I think it is probably a good idea. Who knows what? We don't want another time like the last time when our little painter here was.
Well, if it's all right with you guys, I'm more of a morning person. So if you want, I'll take the last.
I don't mind
shift.
taking the first watch. You know, it's not so bad. I'm really not that tired, even though we've been walking around all day.
All right. Well, you folks have a good night, and I'll see you in the morning.
Sleep well, Monte.
And I go to my tent, close the flap. I stay up for a little bit longer, sort of reading through my spell book and studying some of the pages before I close it up and go to sleep.
And before Zunari goes to bed, I just kind of take him aside. I didn't mean to offend earlier when I was talking about where you learn to talk and all that. I've never met one of your kind. What are you called again? A Arakawa or an Arakaka? What was it?
Aarakocra.
Oh, Arakokra. Interesting. Yes.
Caliban,
Yeah.
I'm curious. You seem to almost look down on me for being a different species than you.
I do not look down on you. I am just fascinated. I have never met one, and never met a bird like you. And where I am
Well,
from, we hunt birds for fun. So it is quite a. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I don't want to give you the
uh,
wrong impression or to offend you even worse.
are all humans as hard of hearing as you are? In my experience, they're not. But I have told you many times so
Well,
far, I am not a bird.
I mean, quacks like a duck, walks like a duck. Probably a duck, right?
My apologies, you hairless monkey.
I feel like I am making things worse. I truly only meant to apologize. I
Ah,
am honestly sorry for offending you.
as poorly spoken as it was, apology accepted.
And
I'm
you
going to get
know,
some sleep. Uh,
good
uh,
night. We'll talk
did
later.
I apologize. Did you have more to say?
Oh no, I
Hey, Kevin, do me a favor. Roll a persuasion check on that accepting of his apology.
12.
Oh, okay. All right. John, you from what you can tell, he seems to mean that he accepts your
okay.
apology. Yeah.
No,
Uh,
it is nothing.
by the way, John, you're right. You do a persuasion roll too, since I'm at it.
23.
Okay. Uh, Zanari, you you seem to believe that he means the apology, even though he's probably like an old person in Florida.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's why I played it as like as poorly said as it was. I accept it because
they, you know, they
yeah,
they they were raised different. You know, it was a different time back then.
different time. I mean, I think we're in the same time frame, but yep, sure, different time.
Well, I mean, birds don't live that long, so you know you know.
Yeah,
Oh god damn it.
he'll probably be dead in a year anyway. So who really cares?
Uh,
Okay.
all right. So
Good night,
Zanari.
Zanari.
Good
I'll
night.
wake you up in a few hours if I need help with the watch.
I will take the second watch.
All right. Zanari, you head off to bed. John, how late are you trying to stay up before you wake up Zanari?
Probably. Well, I mean, if we're splitting, like, what time is it now? Just in general.
Uh, in the desert, like probably like 9 o'clock.
Okay, I'll probably stay up till at least midnight to 1. I want to make sure that I still get, a decent night's rest. But
Okay. All right. do just a Constitution check for me.
Okay. 16.
All right. Yeah, you don't have any difficulty staying alert that entire time until about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Do I notice anything?
Uh,
during the
you
watch?
you don't you hear some squeals in the like squeaks, kind of squeak squeak squeak, like a bat. I can't do a good bat. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
just
like
that.
that. Like that.
Just like that. Yeah.
Another wild prospector.
You hear desert sounds. You just it's very quiet. The moon is bright and the stars are glowing, and it reminds you of times past.
Okay.
Um, and
Then is there
so
anything else?
no, nope, that's it. Just a very relaxing black evening.
Okay.
It's dark.
Round 1, I guess I wake up Tsunari. It's a gentle ruffle of his feathers.
Ah, is it my turn for the watch?
Indeed, friend.
All right.
Nothing happened while I was watching, but I did hear some strange sounds, but I just think it was some animals.
Ooh-wee.
All right.
Indeed.
I get up and I throw another log or two on the fire, stoke it, and
Stroke it?
yes, I stroke the fire. Stoke,
Oh
stoke.
my god.
And I say goodnight, Caliban.
Good night. I lay down before he starts stroking it.
As you start falling asleep, Caliban, you hear a
Sound of ruffling feathers.
I was just stretching my wings because I just woke up.
I picture like when like a parakeet gets wet and it like shakes and ruffles all of its feathers.
Oh my god.
its neck goes up, like its neck feather goes. so good.
You guys are horrible.
uh, Zanari, you get through your watch. How late do you stay up till you wake up? What's his face?
It was like 1 in the morning for me.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know, 3-4 hours.
Okay. All right. All right. So we'll say 4. Say stay up till 4. What do you do anything while you're doing watch?
Nope. I just sit by the fire, listening, and not painting this time. Thinking about what I might paint if I see something worthwhile during our travels. Because I like to add creatures that I've fought along the way into some of my paintings.
Oh, that's a good note. I'll put that in my notes of things I'll forget later down the road. And maybe you've said that before and I forgot it.
I have.
Yeah. I just need to remember it's like a journal when you're like playing an actual video game. And you're like, I killed a new monster. Add it to my bestiary. Okay. You do that. You get through the evening. No problem. And you wake up Monty James.
Monty,
Mm.
it is your turn for the watch. I'm going
Good
to
morning. Yes.
catch another few hours of sleep.
All right. Get some good rest, friend. And I wake up and start to sort of put some of my things together, and then sit out by the fire. I bring my spell book with me, and sort of sit by the fire, just kind of watching. Which I'm assuming the sun will probably rise during my watch, and I work on just reading over my spell book some more, and then as it gets to be about like 8 in the 7 8 7:30 7:35, I I start making a small breakfast over the fire. I look for coffee, but it appears I don't have any beans. So, but I boil some water all the same.
All right. Do you at what point in time do you wake anybody up, or do you just let them wake up on their own?
No, I mean, I have a little bit of cured meat that I'm that's sizzling on the grill. I don't know if that if that will the fragrant aromas will wake anybody up, but yeah, I'm not purposely trying to wake anybody. They let me sleep. I'm gonna let them sleep.
All right. And that's our session for tonight, everybody. So next month. No, okay. You guys, Zanari, Caliban, you can wake up. Would do you wake up to the sounds? Do you wake up to smell, or do you just wake up like 6 hours later because Monty's let you sleep in?
I wake up around, I don't know, 6, 7 before it gets warm.
Okay. Because it's a desert, it starts to get warm no later than like 8 o'clock, 8:30ish. So,
Yeah.
All right. So
I
you,
mean,
you get
before
up.
it gets too bright, I guess. And I
Zanari.
eat some dried fruit from my pack.
Yeah, I
A
woke
little
back
bit
up
of
around
jerky.
like 7.
Okay. All right. All right. You all get up. You're all awake. You all sit around the campfire eating the wonderfully prepared breakfast by Monte, or the dried fruit from your pouch,
Yeah.
your pouch of fruit snacks, and, and
The gushers.
uh, Travis, I'm gonna imagine that you're unseen service help. Unseen servant. You cast that again. You help everything break everything down.
No,
and-
as they start waking up, I do it myself, just to save the spell slot.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so you guys break everything down. Pack it up. Fucking. And then a wave of terror rolls in from above, and it's a bronze dragon. And he's like, Hubjo! Hubjo! I'm Roma, the bronze dragon. I'm thanking you for your wealth.
Sorry about that. Having a bit of allergies, I guess.
Jeez.
Make sure to hydrate.
Fucking hell. You guys get on your way after packing everything up. And so this is your second travel day. It's it's a little bit cooler than yesterday. 105 at the most. Still sweaty, still all that good stuff. But you're making decent time. And eventually you get to a point where, oh shit, that's what I meant to do. You get to a point that should be in the map layer. Whatever, I'm gonna move that arrow later. You get to a point where you can start to see through midday, through kind of late afternoon again. You see lights start flickering up in the distance ahead on the road. As it darkens, and you kind of you think that it's a city on your way. Looks like you have made good enough time to get back to Genders. So it's still probably about 5-10 miles away, so you can keep going or set up camp.
What
here.
time is it?
By this point in time, it's about 5:36.
What
How
times
long
it
would
get dark?
Yeah, like dusk starts to happen at like 5:30.
How long would it take us to get there?
I don't live in the desert, Kevin. I have to make
How,
this stuff up.
Well, how long would it take us to get there
Um,
if we were going to continue based on what we know?
another 5-10 miles.
Mm.
Probably 4 or 5 hours.
Ah,
5
For
hours.
for 5-10 miles?
I don't know.
J-
How fast are you walking? Are you walking?
5 miles an hour.
Oh,
No, we're probably walking like, I don't know, standard 3 miles an hour. That's about a standard pace.
is that
Yeah.
is that right? Yeah. All right. So there you go.
So about 3 hours, you'd say.
So if it's
Could we get there before it gets too dark?
you would not get there before it was too dark. No.
But
You uh if you kept walking, you would be there in when it was dark already. So
but it'd
okay.
be like 8 or so, right?
Like pitch
Approximately.
dark, or
yeah,
like would we have enough light to safely walk?
well, there's no light pollution here in this neck of the world,
Yeah.
so it would be pretty pitch dark. Since the moon was
Would
full last night, it's now a quarter press. I don't know how.
Would it
What?
be the opposite though?
Kevin, you're the Navy guy. You know that.
Yeah, a full moon doesn't just go to a quarter moon the next day.
In this world, it does. All of a sudden,
Well, then
Right.
Very
don't give me
fast.
this whole "you're the Navy guy."
are you? I know.
So I
I'm
What-
well. No, I
So
can't
so
say.
here's what I'll say. If you it's like 5:36, it's already dusk. You're 5-10 miles away. You don't know if it's 5 or if it's 10 miles.
Based on my character's best judgment,
But
does he feel like he could get there safely?
you know if nothing attacks you or nothing happens, then you could walk there until it's either 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, however fast or so you get there.
Gentlemen,
I'm not going
uh,
to tell you how
how-
long it takes you to get there because
I know that the hour is late, but
Okay,
I think we should press on to town. I have some relatively decent dark vision. I'll lead the way if you guys are concerned.
Well,
but
I mean, I
I mean, we can
have
see
a
the town
lantern.
from here, and yeah, I think I could really use a bath personally. So I'd love to spend the night in town if you are willing to.
Well, I don't
press
disagree.
on.
I mean, I'll use one of my torches or lantern or something and light if we needed it. But I feel like we could press on. Maybe pick up the pace a little bit.
I like that spirit.
Zenari could probably just fly there in 10 minutes. He's abandoned us.
Indeed, I could, but I would
But
not
it is
want
dangerous.
to abandon you.
It is dangerous to do so.
Well,
We might get
I'm
eaten, or you might get eaten. I don't know.
For-
One of us would probably get eaten.
it's dangerous for some of us, not really me.
Yes, well, I
And
don't know.
I
We
would
don't know
not.
what kind of birds there are out here. Could be a bronze dragon. I heard some things this morning that sounded very dragon-like.
I think we press on towards Chunders.
Yeah. We
Yep.
Okay.
all get on Zunari and he flies us over there.
Whee! All right. Cool. Yeah. So you guys press on. It darkens. Caliban, you light your lantern, just to make sure that you can see the trail.
Mhm.
Dark vision. Monte over here is fine, and Zenari, you're just always on the lookout for beautiful scenery. And go ahead. You're about to ask a
Just
question.
sorry, a quick question.
Yeah.
Is Monty human or is
I'm
he
a
elf?
half elf.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you need to ask him that in his character backstory.
Well, I mean, I
I'm
would.
not going to tell you that.
His ears, right? His ears would give it away.
I'm not going to tell you.
I have pretty long hair
Tail.
though.
You go look
His-
your own damn self.
His spikes, his horns.
This is your story.
His,
Tail.
My turtle shell.
Yeah. His tentacles.
Your his
Uh,
wallet
look,
chain.
those are torticles.
So you guys press on through dusk. It darkens. gets pitch black, but I talked about all those light things, and the light from Junder's increases as you get closer, and you find your way into the town, and head over to what I would assume is Escobar's hideaway.
So
Indeed.
Well, I
just
don't know any other place.
point of order is
Yeah.
is Escobar's the type of place that has like individual bathing, or do I have to go find a bathhouse? I really feel like getting cleaned up after it's sort of.
And they probably have a pump, and they could just splash water on you out back.
Is there a tub available at this establishment?
Let me
It's a
remember what
desert, so why would they waste water on bathing?
let me remember what Escobar's accent was like, and I will say that when you get to Escobar's hideaway, you walk in. The first thing you ask Monte to Caliban is
Where can a man find a bath around here?
well, it's in the we have one in the back. It's good to see you too. Thanks for saying hello first.
Oh yes, it's great. It's great to be back. Yeah, we've had quite a week.
Escobar, old friend.
Hey,
How's it going?
that's going pretty good.
You son of a bitch! I never thought we'd see you again.
Yeah, I've been through some adventures since you've been gone.
Same here. We've gone through quite a bit of it.
I kind of whisper over to Zenari. Does he seem more friendly with Escobar than he is with us? That just is that weird to you?
Yes. I don't remember them getting this close
You
before.
too. Come on, be more
Yeah.
friendly to Escobar. He's,
Come on, guys.
yeah.
We're
he
cool,
really helped
right?
us out last time we were here.
I walk up and I give Escobar a hug, and not like just like a quick hug, but like a long rest my head on his shoulder hug.
Must be the-
I just watched this interaction play out, try to like thinking to our last interactions with him, just like what I don't remember. Like we were rather friendly with him. I don't remember being this friendly. What are these two doing?
It's just good to see a familiar face, Escobar.
Travis, roll a charisma.
Happy to do so.
stink.
If I can find it. 13.
covered
Oh,
in-
that's a save. Burnt. 14.
Let's go with the safe. Yeah. So yeah, you hug him for a long time, and he holds on to the hug just as long. You don't get a sense that he's trying to pull away from you.
Okay.
But he's not pulling away, but he's not going deeper into it. He's just kind of accepting it.
And I'm okay with that.
It's good to see you too. It's good to see you too, Monty. It hasn't been that long, but it's good. It's great to
Yeah.
see you.
You're right. And I kind of pull away and I leave my hands on his shoulders and I say, so where can I find a tub?
And he
Point
and he
me in the
put-
direction of the bathtub.
And he puts his arms up on your shoulder and looks you directly in the eye and says, "We've got your back. It's in the back."
All right. And I
What was
start.
that chick's name? I forget that chick's name.
Oh, I have it in my notes.
Oh, God.
oh yeah, I've got to move you guys back to Escobar's Highway.
Hey, Escobar, do you mind getting us some drinks?
Was it Chrissy?
Escobar. Brenda? Is it Brenda?
I think
Was
it's
Brenda, I think.
I think it's Brenda. Oh, she's not here anymore.
She's in the back, right?
Yeah,
The-
She's getting
The
the bath ready.
the scantily clad one.
she's right here. Hey, ooh, Monty. Hey,
On a very serious episode.
hey, Brenda, get over here and let's get Monty a bath, huh? Yeah, ooh, yeah, I'll give him. Let's get you a bath, big boy. And Brenda-
Just trying to
Brenda-
stay healthy. Nothing too sexual about it. Brenda.
Brenda.
Is she
takes you-
like an Amazon, like 7 foot tall?
I don't know why.
9 foot tall.
I don't know why it's all so out of scale here. Ooh, oh, big boy.
Deeper.
Cradles you in her arm.
A man.
She needs to sound like the snoo snoo chicks from Futurama.
Oh, you're like snoo snoo. Uh, all all right. So she goes. She takes you by hand, Caliban, not Caliban, Monty, and takes you in the back, where there are tubs full of clean looking water, and she says, "Here you go. Just there's towels over there on the right.
How much for the bath?
We, I'm pretty sure I'll have to check with Escobar, but last time you guys were here, he said everything's on the house because of finding his father's heirloom."
I don't know why we ever leave this place. Thank you, Brenda.
No, thank you. And she lingers her eyes up and down your body for half a second.
All
And
right.
she like
I start to
she touches
disrobe
her
and get in
she
the
touches
bath.
her yeah, she doesn't turn away yet. She's just like touching her collar. Okay, all right. And she turns and walks off. I'm not gonna make you.
Hey, es- can
Has Brenda come back out into the main area yet?
Uh, she walked back into the
Okay,
main area.
I put my hand up to get her attention.
Yes, sweetie, what's going on?
Yes, Brenda, a drink for my friend and I. And I looked at Caliban to see what he would like.
Okay,
I'll
well,
have a whiskey.
whiskey.
Whiskey sounds good indeed. 2 whiskeys, please.
2 whiskeys. You want one finger or two?
Did I say 2? Better make it 3.
Ooh, I like your stuff. I like your stuff real good.
Has she walked away yet?
Sorry. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Um, she walks off to go get
Uh,
your
I
three
I
fingers. Of
I look at I look at Caliban and just say, does she seem a bit more flirty than last time?
Hey, this desert. I do not know what is wrong with these people, but they are all very flamboyant.
It the heat must do something to them.
I don't know if I would drink the water here around here. We had a choice, but maybe be careful.
I think I would rather stick with the whiskey anyway.
Don't don't eat the paint around here. That's all I can say.
Um,
Careful
uh,
where you stick your beak.
That's good.
do,
That's
I,
good.
do you eat paint anywhere?
Well, I mean, you're the painter. You tell me.
Well, I it's not my food.
Well, I watch birds all the time. They don't seem very. Uh, oh
Es-
no, I've done it again, haven't I?
Escobar is walking up kind of at this moment, and he overhears part of the conversation. He says, "Ha, what? You know, they used to use berries and stuff for paint. So, like it could be food. You could be eating your food. And, well, I mean, paint."
Uh,
Escobar, you're actually not wrong on this one.
oh, Escobar, you are as wise as you are hospitable.
And he walks over and just like pats you on the back. He's like, I like you. You're good times. And Zanari, you're not half bad either.
Hey, Escobar.
Yes.
Uh, I know this is probably strange, but you wouldn't happen to have a letter here for me, yeah?
Oh, let's see. Who's I think we may have Brenda. Brenda, do we have a letter for Caliban? As she walks up with 6 fingers total of whiskey and sets it down in front of each of you. Yeah, actually, I think we do have a letter from a Stefano. Is that for you?
Yes, I believe it is.
Okay, let me go grab it. And she just turns around here. It's not that really that far away. It's in this cabinet. Uh, and she gets that, comes back, and hands you over the counter a letter.
Sweet.
And I will hand that to you here in a second. Doo. There you go. You have it now.
Okay. And I take a moment to read it.
Kevin Zanari, you are obviously there with 3 fingers of whiskey in front of you, and Caliban having a letter uh, delivered to him. You notice these. You do what you want with that information.
Okay. Yeah, I notice it. I don't say anything.
Okay. So Escobar says, "All right, I'll let you two get after it. Your rooms are upstairs. Have at it whenever you want, and you know, drinks are on us as always. Love you.
Uh,
I love you guys.
I raise my cup and just tip it towards him and say, "Cheers, Escobar."
Cheers to you." And he holds up a goblet of air, and then mimes a drink. And then he continues to serve other bar people. Monty, you are sufficiently bathed.
Yes. All right. I towel off and get my get dressed again and head out to the common area, feeling refreshed and rejuvenated.
I'm curious. How like was Monty noticeably stinky before he went in there to bathe?
No more than
Um,
usual.
yeah, yeah. You three were traveling together, and therefore any stink you would have noticed would not be from each other.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as what other people perceive, you'd have to ask them.
Not that worried about it. I was just curious if the stink was still on his clothes, or if Brenda washed his clothes for him.
Oh! You're asking if he's stinky now.
Yeah, if he still stinks because of his clothes.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. In that case, do perception.
Yeah. Okay.
No, not for yeah. Oh yeah, Kevin. There you go.
11.
You don't notice any noticeable stink about him. Probably because you're still in a certain way yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Wait, yeah. Did you come back to us?
Yeah, I'll walk back into where you guys are. What's going on, gentlemen?
Monty, having drinks as per the usual while we are in this establishment.
Yes. While I would love to join you fellows for an evening cocktail, I am curious if there's any sort of knowledge about Sandalville that could be obtained here while we're in Junder's Crossing. I'm gonna go talk to Escobar a little bit about if there's any books or a library nearby that might have information about the town.
Is Escobar sitting right in front of us as he says this?
I mean,
Sitting on his lap.
he is, but he's interacting with other customers that are in the bar. He's not actively paying attention to you.
Okay.
Good luck, Monty. Hope you find out something.
You guys need anything while I'm out?
You're actually leaving?
That depends on what Escobar says.
Oh. No, I think I'm good.
All right. And then I'll try to get Escobar's attention, and Escobar. I'm wondering. If I recall correctly, your personal library is a little small, but do you happen to know of anywhere where I could read up on Sandalville or the city itself or the area? Maybe its history.
Yeah, well, so I could tell you a little bit about Sanderville, but there might be there might be somebody down near the town hall. I mean, Poncho will probably tell you more about Sanderville than I can. Um, but there's some people who've traveled from here. Who Clem. She
Well, I appreciate firsthand accounts as much as the next person, but I'm looking for more something historical text. Is there any has anybody recorded like the histories of this area and any books?
Escobar, you seem to be enjoying this very much. Almost purring with delight.
Well, we don't keep extensive histories here. This Junder's Crossing's not that big to keep that type of stuff. No, I best bet is just to head to Sanderville yourself. I know there was a library in Clargo. They probably had something like that over there. You probably could have checked.
Zanari's getting nervous with the cat nearby. All right. Well, in that case, I mean, I appreciate it. Did you say was Clem here, or is he somewhere else in town?
No, Clem. Clem is a woman. She.
Oh, my apologies.
She migrated from Sanderville a couple of months ago.
All right. Well, if I see her, I'll be sure to ask her a question or two.
Yeah, well, you can talk to her on the way out of town. It's pretty late tonight, but she's her house says Clem's house.
Clem's house. Got it. I'll keep an eye out. Speaking of this late hour, do you have 3 rooms available for us?
Yeah.
I don't want to put you out.
No, I've already set your rooms up. All 3 rooms. Yeah, I told your buddies over there. Hey.
Aren't we sitting right beside him?
Yeah, how far away are we?
I'm shoulder to shoulder with
he's
Zanari
yelling.
right now.
He's a yelling kind of guy. He's just
a
happy
loud, rambunctious fellow.
He is happy to see you guys. Well, Caliban, but in by extension, you guys.
Hey, Escobar.
Yeah. Hey.
Have there been any more attacks or anything since we left?
That's a great question. There've been some minor attacks from the north, but our guards up there have been able to take care of business. So, no more of those crazy jackal things you've faced before. Just
We met some miners in Clargo. Like, miners were attacked?
what miners? Did I say miners?
You said minor attacks.
You said minor attack.
Oh, all right, yeah. Sorry.
Oh wow! Wow! Escobar, these attacks from the north. What sort of threat is coming from the north? You said these are not jackals? What sort of groups are making these attacks?
No, they're like they look like scorpions, arachnid type insect things.
Large sized.
Scorpions are arachnids.
They seem a little bit larger than I've seen before. I use a black light to see them at night. They do in Arizona. I'm just saying. It's great.
Cool. All right. Cool story, Escobar.
But if you head up that direction, just be safe, my friends.
Do you have any scorpion repellent?
No.
Oh,
But I do have whiskey.
well, then I'll have another.
All right, Brenda. I'm right here, Shug. Oh, I didn't see you there. I didn't see your gigantic melons there. Why don't you take your gigantic bosoms and get some more whiskey for my friends here? You got it, Shug.
Oh God.
This is ridiculous.
I
Guys,
take a quick shot of whiskey. I don't sip and savor it.
Okay.
Slap my hand down on the bar and say, Escobar, you're a good man. Which way to my room?
It's over there. And then he points
right.
you over to your room, which is in the back, I guess.
All
So,
right,
I
I go back to my room and
think it's
turn
where
in
those
for the night.
squiggly lines are. That's like where the staircase was.
That's fine. I'll go there.
All right. The you other two, do you do anything, or do you just go to bed for the rest of the night?
Have another whiskey or two and then go to bed.
yeah.
All right. First thing in the morning, you guys wake up, and in whichever way you want to wake up, you head downstairs. There's some breakfast. There's like a breakfast buffet with some fresh fruits and an omelet bar set up in the bottom left hand corner of the bar, and you guys partake if you want. If not, it's fine. Get ready for the next day.
That those 2d20s are my portent that I have not been doing the entire game so far. But that's where I can roll 2d20s and replace those with rolls made once per turn for me or a creature that I can see near me.
Okay. So you can replace one roll with a 32. Is that what you're saying?
No. So I have a 13 and a 19. Before a roll, I can decide to replace it with
A 13
one
or
of
a
those
19.
numbers.
Okay. All right. Like, you can replace a roll with a 32. All right.
Yeah, no.
Try to convince the big bad to give up. I'm gonna roll. I'll replace it with a 32.
The big bad offers you whatever you'd like and apologizes.
You win the game. Okay, cool. Thanks. I'll keep that important stuff in mind. Okay, so
that's
you guys,
once per long rest. So
all right. You guys. Escobar sees you. Good morning, gentlemen. Omelet bar's over there. Come get yourself some, and stop by anytime. And you guys.
all right, I go get some omelets. And is there any fresh squeezed juice?
There is. There's freshly washed glasses and a pitcher of OJ.
Oh man, this place gets better every time I visit.
Yeah.
And I enjoy a hearty breakfast, but I eat quickly as I'm eager to head further on towards Sandalville.
Indeed.
Same.
I have a big omelet and
Cool.
have my stuff ready to go.
As we go to leave, I embrace Escobar one last time with a long hug, and I thank him heartily for his generosity and hospitality.
I give him one of those handshakes where you like grab each other's wrists instead.
What the? Why can I not move this? Get over here, stupid.
And the
arrow.
map has vanished.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Orayu has been consumed by the
There you go.
beige.
Sorry. We.
Oh, there it is.
That's the
It's
wrong
down there.
one.
It's down there.
That's Clargo. I don't care about Clargo. Get out of there. So. Oh my God! There's so many things on this map. There we go. Bye. Do 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 do.
Party gold,
Anyways.
not currently accurate.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a spreadsheet for you guys. As we keep playing, I'm like, I'm just gonna housekeep for them as much as I can. So like, I just make more market share shit. Okay, so you guys are in Junder's Crossing. you're making your way out of Escobar's hideaway. Is there anything you want to do before you leave the town?
Mm, do we want to follow up on the Maggie situation at all, or have we more
What is there
given up
to?
on that one?
I have no news about Maggie.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything to go off of right now. Maybe in the future.
Okay.
All right. So you make your way out of the western gate of Junder's Crossing, um, and it's the probably head high fence gives way to a barren desert, and you travel for about 6 hours or so, taking you to about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That's good. It's hot outside, uh, and you are sweating. You guys take a couple of water breaks here and there, but you make fairly good travel time. And eventually you come to what looks to be kind of um, a pit, a pit, kind of a I want to say pit, but more of like a cavern, whatever, a gorge. Not as big as a gorge, but obviously like a looks like a deep kind of thing.
Like a
Where,
sarlacc pit?
yeah, I'm
God,
gonna
that's what I thought too. I almost said it.
damn it. Um, anyways, doesn't matter. You guys are getting you get to
Oh,
kind
it's
of
a pit. It's like a pit.
Like a canyon.
Like,
almost.
like a canyon.
thank you, Jesus.
A canyon.
If only there was some grand thing like that that would make it easy to remember.
I was thinking Royal Gorge. Like
Well, I mean, that's comparable as well. I mean, gorge
Yeah.
works too.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
There's no water.
Yeah.
That's true. So you guys come up to it, and there is a bridge that is connecting from one side of the canyon to the other.
Does this canyon stretch like to the horizon? Like it's not something we could go around necessarily?
Yeah, no, like I said, so that's why I was trying not to say pit, because pit implies it's just like in one spot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
this it goes a decent way to the north and a decent way to the south.
All right. And approximately like how deep does it look on first glance?
So I have your tokens right here where they are now.
Yeah.
I don't if that's your preferred place
Yeah,
for
that's
them.
fine. Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
You have to get a little bit closer before you can tell.
All right. I'll slowly approach sort of like this area
Okay.
to kind of like peer over into the canyon to kind of inspect it and get a better feel for what we're up against.
Okay. All right. You do perception. Sorry.
13.
Okay. You kind of peer down into it. You see it's probably about 20, 25 feet or so deep. And from where you are standing, you also see kind of a rickety rope ladder that heads down into it.
Okay. Is that located near me or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay.
Oh, let me draw.
While he's doing that, could I go up to the bridge and just kind of take a quick look to see or to assess kind of the state of the bridge? Like, does it look like it's in decent condition, or is it kind of looks like it could fall apart if I take one step on it or something?
Okay. It do an investigation.
Okay.
Okay.
13.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it looks like it's been in the desert a good long while. It looks like the wood is old and kind of dried out. You won't be able to see how strong it is without getting closer to it.
Okay. Well, Zunari, I guess it would be nice if we could all fly at this point, huh? 'Cause I don't know if this bridge looks a little rickety.
Perhaps I should walk on it first. I can, save myself if it does give way.
Well, do you think you can just fly without having to, I don't know, brace yourself or anything? Would you be able to fly, you think, if it just suddenly broke underneath you?
Indeed, I can.
Yeah, I think I think I know what you're getting at because I had the same question, but I think like you could basically instantly fly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean
I
it's
don't think he needs a running start, but
but
if he just gets
I
thrown
also
off balance
have
or something.
danger sense,
Okay.
so
what is
I have advantage at dex saving throws. Um, so yeah,
Okay.
I could react to it real quick as well.
Well,
But I mean it's basically yeah I could fly. Like it's just movement.
is there anything that I can see within the canyon? Like how you probably already said this, but how far down is the canyon? Like the
yeah,
floor?
25 feet.
Okay, 25 feet.
yeah.
Do I notice anything in the canyon, like besides rocks, like anything of interest?
Uh, you, I'll just go based off of that investigation. Yeah, I mean, from where you see, just you know, plants growing out off the side of the rock. You see some rocks down at the bottom of the pit, some dead oak, or,
Okay.
but yeah,
And,
looks like it was just an ancient river had flown through here at some point in time.
and what's the scale on these squares? Is it 5 foot or?
Yeah, I meant to do that math a little bit better. So I'll say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I'll say it's like 2.5 feet per square.
2.5 feet per square. So
Yeah. So two
5.
squares will be 5.
Oh, so the canyon's only like 35 feet wide.
Yeah, it's not too long, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, 35 feet across. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, gents, suppose this is our only option to get across. Anybody feeling strongly about that bridge?
Well,
Uh, real quick, you said there's a rope ladder going down, right, where that red is?
Yeah.
Is there one on the other side as well?
Uh, from where you are looking, you do not see anything.
Okay.
okay. So, I, as I said, I'm willing to walk across the bridge to test its sturdiness, but I do not weigh as much as the both of you, so perhaps I should shake while I walk across or something.
Wait, how much do you weigh?
like, like
You're like a big
95
bird.
pounds.
Oh wow. How tall are you?
410.
He's just a little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I thought you were
yeah.
like a big
Like
bird man.
I'm 410 and 95 pounds of pure muscle.
See, I just imagined you like Harvey Birdman or something, but I guess
Oh, that is I'm
okay.
picturing myself that way from now on. But
All right.
uh,
Well,
For some reason, I still have a Toucan Sam vibe going. But anyway, well, I'm willing to walk across the bridge as well. So, yeah, I mean, let's give this a shot, guys.
um, I'd
Go-
I'd like to I mean I'm curious why there's a rope ladder. So I'm gonna fly around and do a loop, uh, like here to just seeing if I notice anything that's worthwhile for going down there.
Some
Okay.
aerial reconnaissance.
Yes.
you like swoop in through the canyons.
Yeah.
Okay. uh, you what you do notice, you don't you notice rocks, you notice wood, you notice just kind of an empty ancient riverbed. Uh, but what you also notice is another rope ladder that's over here. Boop.
Okay, I fly back and let the guys know. Gentlemen, I did notice a second rope ladder on the other side.
Why
Perhaps
should
it would.
we take the bridge at all? Why wouldn't we just go down the rope ladder and then take the other ladder?
Well, that is still a 25-foot climb.
Well, does the ladder look like it's in good condition?
I mean, where you're standing, you know that there's two ladders, but you haven't looked at them. Do you want to go up to
Well, can I
investigate?
look at the one that's at least closest to us?
Yeah. Sure. And investigate it.
All right. Well, you guys have fun with the ladders. I'm not too worried about this bridge, and I start walking along the bridge,
All right.
slowly, methodically, but
Or-
but
I'm a-
but
You just grabbed me.
Oh, sorry.
taking single steps as I work my way.
You men,
across the ladder.
you men. On John's investigation, you notice the ladder is just as the bridge is old, kind of ragged. You notice that the rope ladder is kind of ragged itself.
Okay.
The 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 rope isn't it's not doesn't look too frayed, but you don't know how strong it or the rungs are on it.
Okay.
So, all right. So as far as uh, Monty is concerned, you are starting to walk on the bridge.
Yeah, I'm a little frustrated with our over carefulness, I guess, with this bridge, and so I start walking across it.
Okay, Zenari, what are you doing?
I'm just watching Monty go, waiting to see if I need to swoop in to try and save his ass.
All right. Let's see. And then, what are you doing, John?
Um, I go over here and I just kind of grab the rope and just kind of shake it a little bit, see if it, how stable it seems.
Whoa!
Hey, now I'm out here.
Just testing the strength of the rope.
Stop being so cautious. Come on, we're burning daylight here. We've got to get to Sandalwood.
Sandalville.
Once I
Yeah,
see you on
that
the other
too.
side, I'll cross as well.
All right. Travis, your character, that's where you are accurately.
Yeah.
Okay. Boop. I'll put you even to the grid. All right. Just do me a favor and roll a dex save. Is that what it is?
You tell
Tell
me.
us.
Is that what, is that yeah, dexterity saving.
14.
Okay. All right. So you you're walking carefully over this bridge, and then you put your foot down on one of the boards, and it cracks, and you feel like if you put any more pressure, it will give away, and so you kind of do like one of those like "Ugh,"
Like
and
it kind of breaks under my foot, and I pull my foot back as the board snaps.
yeah, it gives, but it doesn't break. But you recognize that it would break, and so you just hop onto the next board. Safely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Safely on that board. Can I like lean down with maybe my pen and like write an X on it just to kind of give a verbal warning to or not a verbal but a visual cue to
There's a very loud pin.
yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yep.
I just kind of mark the board to make
Oh,
and
I mean, he's not that far in front of us, so we probably
Yeah.
saw this happen, right?
Yeah.
Caliban, watch out for this one.
We were being overly cautious, huh?
Well, I mean, we're not going to find out which one of these are broken by shaking the rope on the side of the
Well,
cave.
as you know, I
I,
can just fly over and.
I fly over to this spot and I start clapping, saying, "Come on, Monty, you've got it, you've got it."
Oh, jeez. Gotta quit this one.
And all right, I continue on.
Okay. So let's say you get to there or so.
Okay.
John, what are you doing?
Um, I'm going to cast. Uh, okay. While Monty is going across, I'm going to cast Minor Illusion to make the sound of like a crack, a wooden crack, as if a board was cracked underneath him.
So I'll say that happens like right right here. Uh, so so you cast a minor illusion to make a cracking sound.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Travis, you're I don't know how I even do that roll. How would you react in that situation? You hear another crack underneath you.
I'm going to roll a perception check to see.
Okay.
I pee a little. And I kind of wiggle my foot a little as I step to the next board.
You
I'm
okay
like,
there, Monty?
Yeah, this one might be a little. You might want to watch out for this one too. It's no visible cracks on it. Just take a lighter touch. Yeah, did you
Sorry,
hear that? Did you hear this bridge? It's loud.
I flew to the end.
Okay.
He's already in Sandalville. Sipping
Um,
a Mai Tai.
all right. So
Do I make it to this first rock
yeah,
formation?
you
Okay.
you do.
As I do, I kind of step to the side and wait for Caliban to get across.
Okay.
Actually,
I attempt to sprint across the whole thing in one.
I moved to this rock here in the center to be a little bit closer in case I need to try and catch somebody, or at least slow their fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as Monty's like kind of a little out of the way on that mid rock, I'm going to just kind of make a very nimble attempt at sprinting across as carefully but as quick as possible.
Okay. All right. All right. You're trying to sprint to the rock that Monty's on.
No, across the whole thing.
Okay. Okay. All right.
35 feet. Okay. Hey,
Well, each of these squares is 2.5 feet, right?
Yeah, so
yeah.
it's a 35-foot long pass. We did the math.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So
I will just try to go as quickly as I can.
okay. So you start to sprint. I'm going to give you a break. Do you want to avoid the red X?
Well, yeah, I won't step on that one, but
Okay. Because I was gonna make you roll, but I was like, no, I'll give it to him.
but I'm going to.
He's being rash. You're being rash about sprinting.
But I'm gonna try to be nimble. I'm not trying to just slam my weight on each step, but I'm gonna try to just get through as quickly.
He's
as
running
I
on the
can.
balls of his feet.
Slamming
Yeah.
your way downtown, running fast over the bridge. Okay, so
Gonna fall down.
da-da-da-da-da-da. So you get
and I'll catch you.
so you start sprinting across the bridges as much as you can because it's still a a series of rope bridges, so it's not like the most stable. You get to about this middle piece and do your dexterity saving with disadvantage.
With disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah. Like you're fucking sprinting, man. What do you want?
8.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a 1, just so we're clear.
Oh, it's an 8, but yeah, it's a natural one.
Yeah.
It's a
So as you are running, as much as you can, you get to that midsection, and all of a sudden the board breaks, and as the board breaks, you fall forward and you hit your head on this board right here,
Okay.
which isn't an old piece of wood. It's actually probably one of the more sturdy pieces of wood there. So it effectively makes you go punk, buh, uh, slingshot back. The initial hit gives you just two damage.
Okay.
And you start falling down.
Okay, so I would like to jump in here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, Being that I moved to the center or the second rock area, waiting, uh, watching, I see him do his insane sprint. Uh, and as I see him fall, I would like to rush and try and. Uh, I mean, I'm not going to be able to catch him, but I'm going to be able to at least slow him down on his fall. Because I mean, I still got physics, so I can at least swoop in and try and slow him so he doesn't just splat on the ground.
Okay. Okay. Um, so, so John is falling. Caliban is falling now.
He's
Already
diving,
I,
basically.
I
uh,
yeah,
hitting his head. Uh,
I swoop in, arms out to try and grab him.
okay. All right. Um, you managed to like dive, swoop, swooped, grasped. Um, and you both fall down into the gorge. Even though you have wings, you like you said, you slow down.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't completely stop. So you both end up hitting the ground at 20 feet below. So each of you just roll. Oh, I guess I do that roll. Ha ha. I guess I do that. Do. Each of you take 6 damage. Look at you. There you go. And so that momentum, you're now in the gorge. You kind of do like a tumble and a roll.
Did my action help at all?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It
Okay,
did.
okay.
I witnessed this whole thing take place. I put my hand over my face, and I say, "Blispy, Blaspy, blah blah blah." Casting Misty Step, and as I look across the canyon, a silvery cloud surrounds me, and I immediately appear at the far end of the bridge.
Can you just put Misty
You
Step
want
into
to put it in the?
Yeah. I trust you. All right.
Yeah. So safely on the other side of the canyon, I walk over near the.
So I want to pause you for one second, Travis. Before I'll give you the Misty Step. I'm going to put you back there.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the Misty Step. So in this commotion that you guys have caused with the ricketing of the bridges and smashing your head and crashing on into the God, the canyon below. Fuck. I keep wanting to say cavern.
Crevasse.
What you start to hear kind of a as some
He had to sprint.
some buzzes start to come out of the
I'm
ground.
an acrobat. What can I say?
I picture someone on what was that show? The one with the big balls that they try to run across.
Wipeout.
Wipeout, yeah. That's how I
Oh,
picture you
God.
trying to get across that bridge.
MXC. Don't
Oh.
get eliminated.
All right. Those look ominous.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, They sure do.
So where did those come from within the canyon?
Yeah, they came. So down on the uh, right where they where the two of them landed inside the canyon walls, kind of in some cracks. The buzzing starts, um, and comes out. So looks like coming from the canyon walls. Whatever
Hmm.
these buzzing yellow and black insects are. I'm not going to say the names of them. I won't do it. But because they are there, they have been disturbed, and because of that, congratulations. Roll initiative. Congratulations! It's battle time in the
15. Oh,
LBC.
it was 15.
13.
Since somebody just made mine disappear.
I didn't make it disappear.
It's 25.
By the way, there's one. There's one more. I didn't tell you.
Disturbed a lot of yellow and black bugs, you guys.
Yeah, whatever these yellow and black bugs are.
I Are the big circles supposed to be swarms, or is that a single?
So, I will now describe this to you.
Okay.
Um, oops, I put that ascending. I meant descending. So the circles, you see multiple bugs in there. That is in fact a swarm of said bugs. Whereas the single one is just a giant one of those types of bugs. And with that in mind, gentlemen, welcome to battle time. You're so close to avoiding it. You're so close. Well, there's only one person to blame, Obama.
That was a bad roll.
Yeah, it was. Okay.
Okay, so with that in mind, Caliban, you're up first.
Okay. So they're right on top of us already.
Yeah.
Okay. Um. Am I prone or am I standing?
Um. Ooh. You are right now. You are prone. Yeah.
Okay.
Shoot. I need to.
All right. I will get up. I guess that
Okay.
takes what, half my movement, right?
Excuse me.
Yeah. Yep.
And I will attempt to move 15 feet in this direction, going about to here.
Okay.
So I should be able to move, because this says 20 feet, but this is actually 2.5, right? These aren't, because
yeah.
right now it's set up as 5 feet, but they're actually 2.5. So
Yeah.
I should be able to move up to about here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I will attempt to move there. Oh yeah, I'll attempt to move there.
Me. Oh, damn it! I keep switching between objects and GM is annoying. One sec. Let me check something. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You do that. That's fine.
Okay. And I will go ahead and cast.
I'm gonna make these. I'm gonna make these bugs just. Well, no, that's fine. I'll just keep them that way. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll go ahead and cast Fog Cloud. On right, like right by me. Actually, yeah. So let me just pull out the thing again so I can see exactly what this distance is. All right, yeah, I'm gonna cast it right here.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and cast that at level 1. That all that basically does is create a 20-foot radius sphere of fog.
20,
Yeah.
20. All right. From where to where?
Where? Yeah.
From right here,
All right.
so 20 feet. That would be
Around you, or
no. It
It's-
doesn't have to be
it's-
around me. It's just on a point.
It's a 20-foot radius from the center
Oh,
of that
gotcha.
point. So
Yeah.
Got it.
So it should stretch to
it-
both walls.
It
of
should
the-
fill the canyon.
Yeah.
realistically.
okay. Whee! There you go. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. So that should fill up that area. And that shall be my turn.
Okay. All right. Next up, it's Untitled Bug. Bug's turn. It goes over to Zanari, and it is going to. Oops, that's not it. Pew. It's going to attack you for 6.
No.
Okay. It just they surround you, but nothing seems to pierce or bite you. And Zanari, it's your turn. I didn't roll attack of opportunity. I'm just to let you know on John. I was going to give you a free not roll attack of opportunity if you wanted to get away from Kevin.
Well, yeah. Either way. Okay. Yeah. I fly up here to this area,
Uh-huh.
and then I throw a javelin. Let's see. Is the big one up above or down below?
It is. It's down below.
Do I have line of sight?
No, it's where it is. It looks like it's above that bridge, but it's like below that bridge a little bit. And
What if I moved right
It's also
there?
in a cloud of fog. I just don't want to.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't.
so-
Oh.
yeah, I meant
wanna-
to.
Okay. Yeah. Cloud of fog.
I want to ask something real quick. So in the description, it says heavily obscured. The area where the fog is heavily obscured. So that are we going by the rules for that are in the as written for heavy
Yeah. What
obscuration?
if you know them offhand? What are what are those?
So basically anything in it has basically the blinded condition, which means they would get disadvantage on any attack rolls or ability checks.
Okay. The yeah. Attack rolls, ability checks, disadvantage. Yeah.
Okay.
I will say, Kevin, if you you see wings coming in through above the fog, but
Okay. So then I have a general sense of where to huck my javelin.
yes, exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Because it's obscured. And since I flew back up, I'm not blinded anymore. Correct.
Right, you're above
Okay.
the fog.
So I huck it at this swarm right here, and javelin for a critical.
Oh my gosh.
8
Oh
plus
my.
2, and then let me. Oh dang it! I meant to do something else first. Oh well. Let's see. Roll a bonus. What would that be? An extra d6, right? Because it's whatever the
I think it
or is
already
it
gave
extra
you.
d4. Did it?
Did it not? So it says 1d6 plus 3. strength. +3. Because
Yeah,
it was a
I think you gave it to me already.
yeah that +2 I think is
Monte.
what it was.
Yeah.
Was shit.
Oh
but-
yeah. It says crit. Okay, so it is an extra d6, but it gave it to me already. And then I meant to do this before, but oh well. I go into a rage.
Okay.
So I'm in a rage now.
Oh man. Advantage on strength checks and saving throws. Okay. And resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage. All right. Cool. And that's what you got.
That's my turn.
All right. It is now Giant Bug's turn. Its wings are. I don't know if it wouldn't be like a more of it would be like a woof, 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 more of a Mothra. It rises up above out of the fog, and it looks at the first person it can attack, which is going to be Zanari, who just recently threw hucked a javelin through a bunch of fucking bugs, and it's going to turn its asshole to you, and it's going to try to attack you. It rolls an 11.
Negative.
All right. Okay, and that is it. It tries to stab. It does not with its butthole, and it is now Monty James's turn.
All right, so then the giant bug that just tried to stab at Zanari, I am going to cast Firebolt at.
Okay.
From 9.
Okay. Yeah, that hits for 4. Yeah.
4 fire damage, yeah. So if
Okay.
if it's flammable, it catches on fire.
All right. Okay.
I do that. Yeah.
And that's it.
And then I'll shift over to up where the top of the rope ladder.
Okay. And that is your turn, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the swarm of things just happened. You just attacked it. The strange thing about these wings flapping, it doesn't dissipate the fog, but it doesn't make it as. I mean, it could. Things can still see through the fog a little bit better now because wings are flapping. It still exists, so we're not taking a disadvantage away, John, just as far as descriptions go. But that allows it to kind of go through the fog towards you, Caliban.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's still rolling disadvantage, so you know.
No, I mean that's fine.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. All right. It hits. It attacks for 15.
That's a miss.
Okay. And you hear the same thing with what Zanari went through. You just swat him away, and nothing damages you. And now it is this swarm of black and orange, yellow things.
Black
Comes
and
up-
yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Comes out of the canyon, and flies up towards Zanari. What? Oh, that's not. Get out of here, big one. Ah. All right, they're all kind of hanging out with you there. Okay. It It attacks for 7. That doesn't hit.
No.
And that is it. That'll do it for their turn. Caliban, it's back on you, my man.
All right. I will move down here. To the other side of this pillar, this rock pillar. And let's see. I will attempt to hide.
Okay. Go.
I rolled an 11 on my stealth.
Do you get an advantage to hide since you're in a fog cloud?
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't need to. You don't need to. I would say you are effectively hidden where you are in that at that angle with those wasps above and the fog surrounding you.
I mean, I wouldn't know that, but
Well,
I would assume that I was.
You feel
I
good
mean-
about your hiding spot.
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you're golden, but why? You know.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, that's your turn.
Yeah.
Okay. All its buddies are gone away. It flies up.
Were they?
It flies up out of the canyon, and it joins in on this festival of fun over with Zanari. And
What? They're all coming to me?
you're
Okay.
one person's hidden supposedly, uh, and you're in the way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. They attack for 15. It's not like that hits you.
Yes, it does.
Okay, they hit you for 9. Well, they hit you for 4 damage.
Okay.
Okay. And it is your turn, Zanari.
I go into a frenzy, and I attack the big one with my great axe.
Oh, boy.
24.
Okay.
Lands true.
Which one? The big
The
one?
big
then?
one.
Okay.
And because I'm in a frenzy, I get a bonus attack.
So you hit the big one for 15. It kills it. So tell me how you destroy the big one.
I just it tried to attack me, and one of its little swarms got me, which pissed me off even more. So I cut it like right at the thin spot of its thorax, and just slice it in two.
All right. All right.
Slashed it in twain.
Slash and twain. You kill that son of a bitch. I'm gonna remove it from that all that gaggle fuck of a thing right there. But
right.
you've actually killed it. So now you go in your bonus action now.
Yeah, my bonus action. I keep the momentum of that swing to do another swing towards the. Is this the guy that I attacked the first time?
Yeah.
Those are still down in the
Yeah.
fog,
That,
right?
Oh, are they?
that
Mhm.
yeah. That.
Oh,
that
okay.
one is
Well
down.
then, the guy that just stung my ass, I'm going after them.
Okay.
For 18,
All right. That hits.
and make that 8 damage.
Oh yeah. Plus 2.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Sounds good.
And that's my turn.
All right. Monte James, it is your turn, my friend.
Well, I'm gonna keep up with what's been working. And so on this southern swarm, I am going to cast a firebolt as well, for 16.
Okay, that hits.
Doing
So-
9 fire damage to the
so-
swarm.
The southern swarm, you said?
The southern swarm.
Okay.
Bum, 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 bum,
Okay.
bum,
Doop, doop,
bum,
doop.
bum, bum, bum.
All right. And that is your turn, I assume?
Yes.
All right. They go, ah,
Do some
like,
of them pop?
so, some do pop. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. It sounds like popcorn Daddy used to make. Daddy. Um,
Okay.
and and then so like some crispy ones just fall back into the fog and just disappear into it.
Do any of them land on Caliban?
Uh, uh, cat. They don't fall necessarily on Caliban, but he sees the fog placed by little black crispy pellets, and then quickly replaced by more fog.
Okay.
It's a pretty interesting sight, like
Cool.
that. Okay, swarm of these things. These ones on top, the northern one, they come up out of the fog. They're moving in the direction of where Caliban was, but they keep moving up out of the fog, and because they are now going towards Monte, they are going to, in fact, come up out of there and attack him. Okay, and they attack for 15.
Ow. Yeah, they hit.
All right. You take 8 damage, my friend.
Ow.
And they all go like, you get like some some jabs like in your chest and like your neck, like
Was it just like stings?
Yeah, like one like kind of like stings you in like the side, like the baby fat area.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Rude.
And then now it's this the southern one. It swings at Zanari. It attacks for 12.
Negative.
Okay. It does not hit, and it is now Caliban's turn.
Oh, okay. I will carefully walk up to the rope ladder and start to make my ascent.
Okay. All right. Let's see, 20 feet. You're walking slow. So
Well, I mean, I'm not like pussyfooting up there. I'm just
yeah.
just
Okay.
I walk.
You walk
we'll-
up right into a
Yeah.
swarm of
We'll
wasps.
Well,
say-
the wasp are above the fog, aren't they?
they are. They
And the
are.
rope ladder is what 25 feet long.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can't get up the whole thing.
You're about like halfway to 3/4 the way up the ladder, and you can
okay.
hear buzzing above your head.
Okay.
Okay. All right. There's this other little swarm. They are gonna do their thing. Dip 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 dip. They attack for 22.
Yep.
And they hit for 4.
Okay.
They also sting the shit out of you like they did Travis a second ago. But maybe not as bad as he got it. Zanari. Tear it up, bro.
Great axe. The guy that just stung me. 14
It hits.
for 5 damage.
Oh my god. As you swing your axe through the swarm, you take half of them out. Its numbers severely dwindling, but not completely gone.
Ah, damn it. So I attack him again.
Okay.
For 16, and that better do it.
All right. No, they quadrupled actually. Yeah. No. You take them out. How do you finish off the remaining swarm?
Learning from the spiders, I realized that slicing through a swarm or a group doesn't really work. So I turn my great axe broadside, much like with the spiders, and I just swing it broadside and just go whop 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 whop.
Wop, 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 wop. Perfect. Wait, are you talking about like doing like that? Like when you like, with, like
Do it
Alright.
again. I didn't see you.
you're talking about like when you're doing like you take your handle and you go like that? Just like make it.
Oh
like a-
no, not what I was thinking. I was thinking just turning it sideways, so flinging it through the air, so the broadside is just
Yeah, like a
almost
giant
like
fly
like
swatter.
like a fly swatter. Yeah.
Yeah.
awesome. All right, well you did that. Great job. You killed a bunch of those flying things. Monty, sorry, Kevin, you're done, yeah?
Yes, I was done.
All right, Monty.
I mumble a few words raspily under my breath, and hold my hands out in front of me with my thumbs and fingers touching toward the swarm, and cast Burning Hands.
Ooh, you've been. Brenda would love to hear that.
So they need to make a dexterity save.
Okay.
So
Do. I will say. Wow, what is that? They avoid it. I think.
well, they'll take half damage
Okay, all right.
if they pass.
What's the damage?
10 or 5 if they beat the save.
Okay.
What's the
Alright.
save?
What was the save?
Maybe your spell save DC, Travis.
Spell save
On-
DC
Go to
Oh,
spells
okay.
on your character sheet.
is 14.
Oh, that 10 is the damage.
That's the
Gotcha,
damage.
Gotcha. Sorry. That's what it's.
They have to beat a 14 on their
Oh.
dex save.
Yeah, they beat it.
Okay, so then they take 5
Take 5.
fire damage.
Okay.
And they're on fire. Or, yeah.
All right. More crispy little critters. It's interesting enough. It is in like a V shape, and then they fill in the rest of the V. Brenda would love you to fill in the rest of her V. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
All right. All right. Next up. They this swarm swats at you, Travis, for 22.
No, that definitely hits.
All right. They seemingly pissed off about you crisping off a good portion of their numbers.
Yeah.
They hit you and stab you, pierce you for 7 damage.
Ow! Guys, I need help.
This swarm down here is up next. They hit for 12. That doesn't hit,
No, it doesn't.
and it is to Caliban.
Oh, okay. I continue to climb up the rope ladder.
Okay, good.
So, am I able to get to where that swarm is, like within attack range, by climbing the ladder?
Yeah, as you climb as you finish climbing the ladder, get to the top, you hear that swarm get louder and louder. And since Caliban or since Monte is kind of fighting near the edge of that, you can reach up and touch them.
Okay, then I pull out my rapier and I take a swing while casting Booming Blade as well.
Okay.
So, I would get a sneak attack on that too, wouldn't I? 'Cause they're engaged with Monte.
Yeah, I'll give that to you.
Okay. I swung for 13.
All right. Yeah. So you hit.
Okay, and then the sneak attack. I'll just roll manually.
And you did with that with booming blade, yeah.
Yeah.
You
So,
just need to tell me what that is.
well, booming. I mean, you should remember since.
Yeah, it's been
But
a minute.
basically, if they, so the sneak attack damage was additional 6 damage, but if they, um, if the target willingly moves before the start of my next turn, then they immediately take 1d8 damage.
Okay. All right. Cool. So it doesn't do any extra damage. This
No.
turn.
And I'm gonna use my bonus action to disengage and just go down the rope ladder a little bit to get out of their range.
Okay. So you hit for 6, and then you had an additional 6, right?
So 12 total.
Okay. So if you want to, you don't have to disengage because you actually reach up, slash a couple times with the rapier, and how do you finish this monster off?
These bees
Y-
or
I didn't say what they
unnamed
were.
creature with yellow stripes all over their body, and I just kind of, as I get to the top of the rope ladder, I just kind of pull my sword out and just kind of wiggle it around just rapidly in the swarm, just try to chop them off just blindly, and then after a second of that, I look up and see that they're all just like cut in little bits, or one's like wing just got cut and just kind of does like a tailspin down into the canyon,
um,
and then
I will.
explodes as it hits the bottom, into, like a Michael Bay movie.
I will add this extra bit of description. It looks like confetti after you're done with it.
Little bee
Look,
gut confetti.
looks like you got like little bee glitter on you.
Oh, nice. But they're
Uh,
not bees, so that'd be impossible.
Exactly. I've just said bees because that's what you said.
And then after
oh,
that,
alright.
I finish climbing up the ladder. and
Okay.
Tell Monte he's welcome.
Thank you.
Zenari, your turn, brother.
Has this swarm been attacked at all?
Yeah, you. They.
I
somebody took a chunk
did
out of it.
fire
Okay.
damage to them.
Okay, well then, I swing my great axe again for 16 and 13 damage.
Woo! Oh yeah. Oh, you hurt it pretty significantly, but it's not quite there. About 3/4 of it are gone.
And then wanting to hopefully finish it off, I do it one more time for 10.
On your return SWAT, they see it and they can predict it and they move out of the way and you don't do the damage.
They parry
Alright,
the blow.
Yeah, they're like "King," with their stingers. Monty, can you finish it off?
Yeah, we'll try one more fire bolt from this range towards the swarm. For 12.
Okay. What did
Does that hit?
Yeah, that's fine.
You don't seem sure about it.
Yeah, I didn't get around to rolling it.
Rolling. No, this is just a firebolt. This
Oh.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a deck save.
It's against their armor class.
Oh,
Does
yeah,
a 12
yeah.
hit.
If it meets the number, right, then it hits.
Yeah.
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 Okay, great. Yeah, I know it hits.
Hypothetically, if it meets the number.
Hypothetically.
Then yeah, I do 7 fire damage to the swarm.
Okay. Ooh, so much damage. It looks maybe to be like 4 or 5 of these little guys floating around still. After the fire engulfs them, the other portion of it.
Yay! I did it. That's her turn.
So, and now they're gonna get probably what is considered the last attack on Zenari as they're gonna get. The 5 or 6 of them they try to sting you for 7.
Nope.
And they do not do it, and it is now Caliban's turn.
All right. I look over at the swarm. Well, first I go ahead and snap my fingers or whatever and drop the fog, so the
Okay.
fog is no longer active.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
God.
And then I go ahead and look over at the swarm, and I'm like, Sunari's got it. He'll be fine. And I kind of turn around and I start just casually walking.
You you got any healing spells or anything there, Caliban?
Like a John Woo movie.
No, I'm fine. I feel good.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I mean, help a friend out.
Oh, well, I don't have any healing spells. I'm sorry.
All right,
sure-
good talk.
I'm sure the mystical bird probably has some things.
Long conversation for this turn.
And
His
Yep,
his
that's my
racism
turn.
his racism really flares up after after combat.
after he snaps away fog, he's like the anti John Woo. Instead of like walking away from a fire, he's walking away from something disappearing.
Yeah.
Great.
All
Alright,
right,
alright,
Toucan, it's
Copperfield.
your turn.
There you
Uh,
go.
Irritated that they tried to sting me once more. This time, knowing that I'm likely going to finish them, I use reckless attack. So I attack with advantage.
God.
Wow, that was
Oh
close.
man, that was so close.
But I know they're dead.
Finish it. Finish it,
Uh,
bruh.
Yeah, I I stick the axe in between them and then spin it real fast to just whap the last few that are left.
All right. You do that, and you successfully kill the remaining black and yellow bugs, ending combat for you and the gang. Congratulations,
the-
everyone.
Does the spinning of the axe have like a
Yay.
helicopter effect? Like, does he take off like Inspector Gadget after doing that? or
He
something?
does. He starts flying
I,
around.
I hold it above me a little bit as I'm doing this, and then fly up
Yeah.
and go over here.
Congratulations, everybody. I will for both passing the bridge section
Without
and
incident.
without any problem, without any incident. Um, go ahead and I'll send these to you afterwards as well. But 300 XP for beating the event of itself, which is the bridge, and then another 300 for destroying the bugs.
So I'm sitting at 4560.
Yep. Sounds alright. Alright, let's take off. Dust myself
I,
off a little bit,
uh,
start walking.
I kind of inspect the area and some of the bugs to see like what kind of creature it actually is.
Okay. What the? Get out of here, buddy. Do a nature check.
6.
6. You know they are some kind of flying insect, either a bee or a wasp or a yellow jacket.
Okay.
Um,
They weren't carrying bags of gold with them or anything, were they?
Well, you didn't do the investigation. Otherwise, you would have gotten a unique magic item, epic, purple, a purple magic item.
So I don't get to look at that.
Yeah, no, you can. I mean, there's if you do an investigation check,
23.
you see a purple magic item, but you can't pick it up.
Dang it. I'm not high
because-
enough level to pick it up in this area.
Because if you had spoken to them kindly and used animal handling, even if you rolled a 1, you would have realized that was King Jelly Wasp.
Let's get the
Any-
jokes out of our system, guys.
All right. Anyway,
A very serious episode of the Indie News.
King Jelly Wasp.
All right. All right. That's fine.
Heard that guy's into some weird stuff.
Yeah, I mean, so not what were you looking for out of those?
I was
those
just
wasp
gonna
bodies?
see if there's any
Honey?
cool stuff around.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. As knowing what your friends have done down there already, like swooped through, looked around. The only thing of interest now is a bunch of dead wasps, some burnt to a crisp. And
Cool.
on
I
the ground.
turn around and follow the other two.
Okay.
Monte, in in my culture, what Caliban just did was known as a dumbass move. Is that a common thing in your culture as well?
Is that
Are
a
you asking
dumb?
me?
Yeah.
No, yeah, that was pretty dumb. Uh, but I mean, I I started on the bridge, so I must have boosted his confidence. He saw me walking across the bridge, clearly not falling, and he felt like it was safe. So, it is what it is.
I guess all's well that ends well.
Good job catching him, by the way.
Yeah, I wasn't able to stop his fall, but hopefully I saved him from a far worse fate.
Far worse.
Well, hopefully we can get to Sandalville here pretty quickly, and I can get some sort of ointment for these stings. Hope I'm not allergic.
Don't worry, I have an EpiPen.
EpiPen.
I cast epinephrine.
All right. So you guys move on from the bridge successfully. Nobody dying. Some of you itchier than others. Not
I lost half my health. No big
an-
deal.
antihistamines. Nope, no problem. Uh,
It's just about
you travel for another that was 6 hours to there. It was about 1 o'clock when you started that. So you travel till about 4 till like 5:30. That's when dusk starts to set in, and you actually you see kind of a rock, a large rock formation up ahead in the distance.
um or like
Uh,
it's we
yeah,
walked up to it or
yeah. It's this as it's starting to darken. Uh, this thing's probably about like 2 miles away. I mean, you see it as you're walking up to it. It doesn't just appear out of nowhere. But that's kind of a landmark in an otherwise barren desert.
Does it look like a natural rock formation or something that was like fabricated?
Natural.
does it look like it has a good spot to kind of camp out where we would have rocks to our backs so we wouldn't have to worry about anything from that direction, and then we could scout the other direction in case during our watch.
Does it
Um,
have a cave? Is what he's saying.
Not
Uh,
necessarily a cave.
So I'll say you guys actually get up to this rock formation. Do just do an investigation check.
I'm
Uh,
on it.
who oh, all right, cool. Yeah, we'll let Travis be the investigation for
Yep.
the three of you. So he spends a little bit of time using his dark vision because it's getting a little bit darker out there. No cave, but he does find a path to the top of the rocks. It seems like it's the only path up there that overlooks the road and provides a fair amount of choke point.
You guys want to see what's at the top of these rocks and maybe make camp up there, where we have the high ground?
Indeed.
Yeah, sure.
All right, we head up the path.
Okay. All right.
I have the high ground, Anakin.
Oh, here you go. So it's dusk. It's getting dark. There's these beds, this tent. I was assuming that you're gonna make camp. Sorry.
I like that there's only one tent. I'm glad you represented my thing.
But why are there 4
I don't know. It was the one map that it was all
Okay.
it was all those desert maps that you sent me that one time.
It's his unseen servant's bedroom.
He gets a bedroom. What an asshole! It's an unseen asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
All right, so you guys set up a campfire, um, and do you go straight to bed or do you?
I'll
What do you
take the
guys?
first watch again.
I would like the last watch.
I guess I'm on mids.
The worst shift.
Phew.
Okay, all right. So everybody goes to sleep
Except for the
Oh.
person that's watching.
except for who's watching.
It's me, Calvin.
Okay.
Am I still gonna get a long rest out of this, or
Yeah. You
Okay.
all get a long rest out of this.
All right. Change my hit points back
Um,
after the long rest.
so John, I'm going to make the assumption that you are going to do kind of the same thing you did the other night, till midnight or 1 or so.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out.
Okay. So around the witching hour,
And they're like 3 a.m.
is that 3 a.m.? Well, it's if it's Eastern time. Uh, you don't you a similar night as before, a little bit more cloudy, cloudier clouds, puffier clouds. You see like a clown in one of them. You're just making up stuff, and you start to hear kind of a low. So
this is still during
This-
Caliban's first watch?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
this is during Caliban's watch. Yeah.
Okay.
Sir. Ooh, sir.
Does it sound like it's far away, or
It's kind of ethereal. It sounds far away, but it also feels really close.
do I
Um,
perceive it coming from any direction or location?
uh, you do perception.
16.
You can kind of get the sense that it's coming from below, um, uh, that kind of the north of where you are.
Below, north of where I am.
Yeah. So you guys, since you're on top of the rocks, it's overlooking the road that's to the north up here. It's kind of coming from like this area.
Are you pointing at something? Because I'm not. I didn't see it.
Sorry, I guess you can't see that. Do you see that?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. This way.
I just kind of casually take a look out there, see if I see someone.
Okay. Uh, as you
Cautiously,
uh,
with stealth.
I mean, you do stealth if you want. Stealth
Alright.
roll if you want.
18.
Okay. You do that, and you slowly, methodically pace your way around the edges, and as you come around the corner, you still hearing that "Ooh, sir, ooh, ooh." You see kind of this blue, kind of disembodied image. Um, it looks it looks it looks like a kind of ghost. It has the face of a man, but it's floating towards you.
Does it look? So it has a face of a man.
Yeah.
Does it
It's
look?
got a
I mean, it's obviously like not a person to me. It's
yeah. You can tell it's not a human in the strictest sense.
okay. I
I am Jacob Marley.
I pull out my
Here for 3 wishes.
I pull out my rapier and
Okay.
just kind of point in that direction, but not like making an attack, but just kind of holding it at the ready.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Good evening to you.
It's a very formal spirit.
Good evening to you too. What are you doing here?
I have died here. I'm dead. I'm not alive.
Well, that is very unfortunate for you.
Sir, I need your help.
With what?
I need your help.
And I kind of can I tell if I'm imagining this? Like, did I fall asleep? Shift. I kind of rub my eyes, just, like, and make sure that I'm not just like imagining the ghost-like qualities of this.
You.
Did you say you were dead?
Yes, I am dead. You don't have to point that rapier at me. And then he comes.
You know your swords.
He floats up to you, and then
Stand back.
and then he comes up close enough to you, to where the rapier goes through his his image, his aura, or whatever, his form.
And I kind of
Where
wiggle
his
my
body
rapier
should
around.
be.
Where his body? Yeah, thank you.
I wiggle my rapier around, just kind of.
Ooh, okay.
Ghost tickles.
That tickles.
Ghost tickles.
That's
Oh,
as you can see.
What do you want with me, spirit?
I've been murdered, and I need retribution or help passing on from this world. Ooh.
Well, I think. You are dead. Why can't you just pass on?
I can't pass on till my family knows the truth about what happened.
Oh, brother. What have I gotten myself into taking the first shift? Oh, how can I... What can I do to help you, Ghost? Are you going to harm us if we don't help you?
I won't harm you, no. I've been waiting years for someone to come and help me.
Just in these rocks? Or...
Yes, I was murdered. I was pushed from these rocks by what I thought was a friend.
What kind of friend? Who pushed you?
His name is Bradley Smith.
Was he a bird person?
No, he was a friend of mine. We traveled. You're being so fucking racist. Goddamn Florida man.
fuck.
Racist. It's a good question.
Look at all those broken windows. These birds broke a bunch of windows. Oh, God.
But what happened? How long ago? How long have you been like this?
10 years I've been like this, waiting for someone who could see me.
Well, okay.
And
So
you
how
could
do
see
we
me.
how do we get you to move on? We have to. I mean, it's getting kind of late. I'm kind of tired, I must admit.
It doesn't have
Been a long day. I got attacked by some bees earlier, if you believe it.
Bradley Smith needs to be brought to justice. Also, sorry about the bees.
Well, I mean, it's not your fault. I couldn't do nothing about that. But they don't make bridges like they used to. I'll tell you that.
No. Oh, which bridge are you talking about?
It's a bridge about I don't know, it's about 12 miles to the what is it, the west from here?
Oh,
To the
yeah.
east.
Yeah, that's a dangerous bridge.
It was over a canyon.
Yes, I reckon. I remember traveling that with Bradley Smith, the man who murdered me.
Well, I hope 10 years ago that the bridge was in much better shape. 'Cause, I mean, I wouldn't advise anyone to walk over that bridge now.
No, not
Or
anymore.
sprint.
Not anymore. Somebody sprint? Just kidding. I can't hear you.
Were you from Sandalville, perhaps?
Yes, from Sandalville. That's where Bradley is. Ooh, he must.
Oh,
He
and
has.
How do you know he killed you?
We were traveling back here from back to Sandalville from Junders with a shipment, and we camped here for the night here at Portimus Rock, which, not to be, not to be narcissistic, but it's only called Portimus Rock because I died here. Sorry, exposition. Oops.
Ah, well,
He has something of mine.
what was the shipment? Why would he kill you?
Him and I were partners in the armor smith business. And he didn't want to be my partner anymore. When he tried to buy me out, I said no. And he got rid of me, clearly.
He just shoved you? You saw him shove you?
It was only him and I traveling.
But I mean, you
As
could
I
have tripped or something.
as I fell to my death.
You
Similar
can't always blame others.
a Nakatomi death, I call it. And as I was falling, I saw him looking over the edge. Ooh, a Nakatomi death. Ooh, otherwise known as a Rickman death.
Well, that is very interesting.
He took off your watch.
No, what? No, what? Get out of here. Wake up. And you can talk to me if you wake up. Ooh. Just kidding.
And so
Oh, wait,
if I, what do you mean bring up the justice? Can I just tell them that they killed you? Like, tell the law? Like, I'm not the constable. I don't. It's not my job to bring people to justice. I'm sure he had his reasons for killing you. It's unfortunate, but I can't really prove that in a court of law. It was 10 years ago.
they may not be able to prove it, but the authorities must know the truth. It wasn't an accident.
And what am I going to go to them
my,
with?
my family must know.
How can I prove it? If I go to the authorities and I just tell them a ghost came to me and told me Bradley Smith killed someone, that doesn't seem very believable. I'm a stranger in this town.
Bradley stole a pocket watch from me. It was in my belongings, and he kept it with him.
Does it have your name on it or something? An engraving of some sort?
It does indeed. Ooh, I'm looking for it.
And how like Bradley Smith might say that you gave it to him. How do I disprove that?
There's an inscription on the back of the watch that says my name. Love, Jim. Sorry, I didn't say my name. Jim, with love from Diane, my wife.
But maybe you fell and then he took the pocket watch to give to his wife. I'm just trying to see this at all angles. I mean,
his name is Bradley. Mine is Jim. My wife's name was Diane.
Where is your wife now?
She is in Sandalville as well.
What's her name? Diane? Just Diane? Do you not have a last name?
Portimer.
Oh, so that's why they call it Portimer Rock.
Yes, because I died here. I tried to tell people, but they don't listen to ghosts. What can I say?
So they know that you died here, and that's why they named the rock like that?
Yes. It was a morbid dedication to my death. Ooh,
I mean, it has been 10 years. Everyone's kind of probably moved on. She's probably remarried.
Maybe, but who knows? If you don't help me, I will stay here forever. Ooh,
why can't you just? I mean, why does he need to be brought to justice for you to move on? You know, a lot of people have gotten murdered, and a lot of them have moved on just fine. I don't know why you're
the
here.
ghost like turns to left, turns to right. Say, is there Is there anybody else who can help me out with this? Or is it so
Does my biological clock
so
give me the
obstructive?
sense that I should wake up for my shift?
I'm not saying we won't help you, but
It seems a bit of obstructionist. I'm just saying, if you don't want to help me, just say
trying to
it.
figure it
I
out. Like,
I start to
I,
s-
I roll in my sleeve a little bit, and just like, imagine if you were an Aarakocra. He thinks you're a bird, and then roll.
but I'm just
I
saying,
definitely
a
hear a
lot of ghosts have no
conversation off in the
problem.
distance that I start to kind of wonder
Yeah.
who Caliban is talking to.
Just a lot of people have gotten murdered and moved on just fine. I'm just trying to figure out why you can't move on. Just maybe you should just get over it.
I don't know why I
Yeah,
can't
you've got
move
the whole
on.
afterlife in front of you. Maybe you should just be like, yeah, it's kind of sucks that I got
Maybe
murdered, but I probably would have anyways by now.
I look
Probably got
around.
murdered by bees.
I don't know why you're the only one who can see or hear me, but you are, and I need your help. That's the only reason I can think of why I haven't moved on yet.
We're pretty busy.
Travis, your character
Yeah, I
hears
cast
stuff
I
and
I
doesn't want to talk
yeah
in circles.
I get up out of my tent and start to kind of look around to see if I can figure out why Caliban is missing and where his voice might be coming from.
Roll a perception if you could for me.
Happy to do so. 15.
All right. You hear ghostly murmurs and um, John's accent in the distance.
All right,
You know he's talking to somebody.
I start walking towards there, and as I sort of turn the corner, I'm a little surprised, to be honest, to see Caliban talking to a ghostly figure, and I approach slowly and say, Caliban, everything all right? You good out here?
Oh, no, I'm just fine. There's just guy trying to scam us. This little wizard over here thinks he can trick us with a bit of magic and illusion magic to trick us into thinking he's a ghost and needs us to go, I don't know, talk to some guy, convince everyone he murdered someone. It's just the
Caliban,
kind of people you run out to in this desert is it's just
yeah,
another.
he hasn't tried to hurt you at all, has he?
Well, not yet, but he just won't leave me alone.
No, he's
Caliban.
hello, sir.
His story just doesn't add up.
He stabbed me with a rapier. Just kidding. I'm a ghost.
Ghosts normally don't tell people that they're ghosts, you know.
I cast
Really?
detect. I cast
How many
detect
ghosts
magic.
do you know?
To sense the presence of magic around us.
You don't sense any magic.
Okay. All right. Caliban, I don't think this is some sort of trick from some wayward wizard. The spirit might actually be stuck here. It's been a long night. Maybe you should get some rest and.
Oh, is that
and
what
try to-
your education from T-Stone Academy is telling you? I'm telling you that this isn't this doesn't make any sense. Why would a ghost just approach us and ask for help?
Listen. You go lie down and I'll get rid of the ghost. Okay. You just you go get some
Ooh.
rest. Okay.
You two are the only people who have seen me since I've died. Travelers have come here and have left, and you're the only ones who've ever interacted with me.
Oh, it's an honor. What I'm sorry. What was your name?
My name is Jim Portimer.
Portimer. Very interesting. And how did you come to be in this unfortunate state, Jim Portimer?
As I was telling your friend? Question mark. I was murdered here by a one-time associate who lives in Sandalville now. Living free from justice for my murder.
Who would murder you? Who was it?
His name is Bradley. Bradley Smith.
Yeah, I
Oh,
heard
what
all
a
the
unique
BS
name.
earlier.
I'm sure. Caliban, if you want, you can hit the rack. I think I got
No,
this.
I
This
think
is
I think it is
No.
important that I don't let you get scammed. You know, I might have more experience with these kind of things than you.
Well, what can we do to help you, Jim?
I mean, if he tries to sell you something, just say no.
I understand. Jim, what do you need from us?
I just need the truth to be known to my wife, Diane.
Diane Portimer?
Yes.
So she took your last name.
We keep
Interesting.
our last name.
Okay.
The woman takes a man's name in my world.
Now that isn't what you told me. You told me that we had to bring this guy to justice for you in order for you to move on.
You missed the part. You clearly forgot the part where I also said, "Ooh, that Diane needs to know the truth." I did
But that
say
isn't
that.
enough. You said that we had to bring this Bradley Smith to justice.
Yes,
Well,
do the truth.
and Diane's in Sandalville.
Yes.
Well,
Ooh.
Jim.
Go ahead and ask him how to prove it. And just listen to what he has to say. I'm
Do
just telling
do
you.
I have to start selling something and then get 4 people in Sandalville to also start selling it? And is that
There's a timeshare.
if
Yes. It's
if
called
you
an
have
ML
1 hour for a free demonstration.
It's called an MLM.
Yeah, no. Is there like a pocket watch or something that we can?
There's a
prove?
pocket watch.
Okay.
So he explains to you that he was murdered by this Bradley Smith, who now lives in Sandalville, as the armor smith in Sandalville, and he stole a pocket watch from the ghost Jim, with the inscription to Jim. There's some words in it. If I could turn back time, I'd give it all to you. Love, Diane.
Okay.
Can I do an insight check to see if this ghost is full of crap?
Yeah, do an insight check.
10.
Your natural inclination to distrust people says that you don't want to believe the ghost, but it doesn't give you any reason not to believe him.
Other than his pony story. Okay. Yeah, I
So,
don't trust
yeah.
this ghost.
That's your perspective. Yeah.
Jim,
we better be careful about this.
Jim, I'm terribly sorry for your unfortunate situation, and we're actually headed to Sandalville in the morning, and if we'll look into the situation and see if we can find Diane and let her know what happened to you.
I thank you. I don't. If you don't help me, I understand. I appreciate you looking into it, and I appreciate if you do find something, such as my watch, or anything else to bring him to justice, and let my family know the truth.
While I got you on the line, Jim.
Yes.
Do you know anything about this area or about any like temples or ruins in this area that might be, ancient legend for the folks here in Sandalville?
I've been dead for 10 years or so. Sandalville has seen lots more travelers, including mining equipment, but I don't know of any ruins or temples myself. Ooh, ah, ah, ooh, ah, ah.
Ooh la la. Okay.
Ooh, la, la.
Any treasure or compensation around? Just curious. Just if we're doing you a favor. Want to make sure that my skeptic friend here, Caliban, is he's at least rewarded for doing something.
He checks. He takes his ethereal hands, and he checks his ethereal chest for money, and then his ethereal hands go through his ethereal chest and kind of like do like a circle, like I don't have anything on me. But if you find my watch, it is very valuable,
All right, Jim. Well,
and you can have it. Just throwing that
oh,
out there.
cool. All right, that sounds good.
Oh, then Tully sends someone after us and says that if they find the watch on us and we murdered him, it's a never-ending cycle with this ghost. I bet Bradley Smith was probably the last guy to help him, and now he's gonna send us after him. You can't trust ghosts.
That is a loose
can't tr-
thread in the plot hole, but we'll let this slide. We'll talk to Diane. Caliban, you go
can't
get some
trust
sleep.
these dark spirits. I mean, how
Jim,
many ghosts do you know?
Do
Monte?
do do persuasion, John, and Travis. Just do
22.
19.
He is fully convinced and now has to agree.
I give him a wink, like I hear what he's saying, but I'm just trying to get the ghost to leave.
Okay. Oh, thank you for looking into this for me. If you never return, I understand.
Hello, he probably won't. I mean, to be honest. Doesn't- But I mean, even if we find this Bradley Smith and kill him for you, like you want,
He he starts to turn away. He gets the sense that you that this despite this ghost coming up to you and not attacking, that he doesn't feel very confident that you're gonna help him. So if you look into it, thank you. But if you don't, I understand. Bradley Smith is in Sandoville. He's the armor smith. Just re-emphasizing that point to you, John. And then he flies off and he dissipates into the night.
well, that was weird.
Yeah, a little interesting. Listen,
Now
why don't
be
you
honest.
go?
Was this a trick you were pulling?
No,
Is it a
no,
prank on Caliban?
no. I
Think
wouldn't.
it's funny to make a ghost while I'm out here alone in the desert? I mean,
No,
I
I
wouldn't
said.
blame you. I think it would actually be pretty funny if that was a trick you were pulling.
Unfortunately, my skills aren't quite that strong. I'll have to study some more. I'm afraid before I can achieve that level of illusion.
We all start with somewhere, right?
Why don't you get some rest? I'll take the next shift.
Yeah, sure. Just don't talk to any more ghosts, eh?
You got it.
I'll go sleep.
All right.
Get murdered in my sleep by a ghost.
Yeah, no, like he instantly shows up and slashes your throat. All right, Travis, you're awake for a little bit. During your watch, you hear nothing.
I'm visited by 3 other ghosts.
Hey, don't listen to that other ghost. He's a liar.
I'm the ghost of Bradley Smith.
And so nothing happens on the remainder of your watch. So you get Kevin at some point in time.
Yeah, then I go wake up Zanari and say, "Hey, it's your shift."
Oh, no, okay. Did I miss
Also, there
anything?
was a ghost around when I woke up. It's probably nothing. Don't worry about it. And I just walk back to my tent.
Okay. And I walk out to the is what time is it right now?
Say 3.
PM.
Okay. I sit by the fire until dawn starts to come and I get a bit more light. And once there's a bit more light, I look to see if there's a good view that's worth sketching down from our elevated position.
Okay. Do an investigation.
16.
Okay. You're on top of the rocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So yeah, I walk around the area to see if there's in any spot that just says, hey, this is a beautiful scene.
Okay. Yeah. So real quick, so I can get this this out of the way. Um, a giant ghost shows up and kills everybody. All right. That joke's out of the way. Um, you you walk around the top of this rock. You survey the land, and as you do that, eventually the sun starts to come up on the sunsets in the west, right? So the sun starts to come up in the east. Um, and
It's your world. It works however you want.
yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to stick with some kind of consistency. Um, and as the sun starts coming up, you see it kind of shine over that the top of the edge of rocks, right where you are,
Hmm.
and that just happens to be the just a perfect kind of scene for you to to pick up and memorize or start painting, whatever you want to do.
Okay. Yeah. I start. I have a like a charcoal pencil, and I kind of trace out the outlines that I'd like it to be before I apply paint, and where you use what time I have to uh, draw and then paint the picture that I want.
All right. And once you're finished with it, do you just kind of use it to wipe your ass, or do you like
Uh,
put it in your backpack? Do you sleep? Is it like a blanket? Like what do you do with it when you're finished with it?
once I'm finished, I leave it out to dry, and then once it's dry, I'm gonna roll it up. If it's one that I'm pleased with, then I'll roll it up and keep it. Otherwise, I'll just toss it in the fire.
Okay. All right. And do roll a performance.
With advantage, right? Because
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Jesus Christ!
Just like his former teacher. And those are 2 4s for the listening audience.
How the fuck? Seriously?
How can you do so? You did so. You did. It's so beautiful. You set that up so beautifully. Oh my god, man! No, no
It's that
fucking
damn
way.
ghost.
I toss it in the fire before those guys wake up.
It was
Just-
clearly too because the sun came up so rapidly. You tried adjusting your style every time, and so it didn't get the effect that you ultimately wanted it to. Um, Not that it was bad, but it wasn't up to your level of quality that you wanted.
All right.
So you toss it in the fire,
Yeah.
and
And I just muttered to myself, perhaps I should stop trying on these evening watches.
all right. Well, so eventually, everyone, you're gonna wake up in the morning after Zanari's watch, and start a brand new day, which will lead you eventually into Sandalville. But let's go ahead and call that piece for another day, leaving you with having talked to a ghost that you dislike, killing a bunch of bees or wasps or yellow jackets or hornets, whatever you want to call them, and getting XP for crossing a bridge by sprinting.
Yay.
And that'll do it for tonight's episode of Apathetic Enthusiasm Presents. All that
Yeah,
fun.
Apathetic Enthusiasm Game Night, where we play D&D.
Woo!
Thank you guys. Thank you to those of you that watched.
Oh, people watched?
Those of you that watch live. Those of you that watch in the future on YouTube. If you want to catch these in the future, make sure that you are subscribed to our YouTube channel, apatheticenthusiasm.com/no. Flip that, reverse it. YouTube.com/apathetic-enthusiasm or twitch.tv/apathetic-enthusiasm. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you, John. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Brandon, for DMing. And until next time.
Until next time,
bye.
this is it.